Ascension Global SSS level talent from the start. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 176 How difficult are legends? Since meeting Gandian and Miqing, during this month, Li Chengfeng dreamed of them 3 times. No way. The looks of these 2 women really go deep into the hearts of the challenger's sweet akimbo. So why are you so fierce? Did my sister do something wrong? Miqing's eyebrows are like smoke, her eyes are low. I fell in love with Li Lang at first sight, but Li Lang hates me so much, you don't even want to say a word to me. What's the point of my life? 35 As he said, he drew his sword from the carriage, and then he wanted to kill himself. Li Chengfeng was surprised. Another cry, 2 troubles, 3 hangs. Brother, don't eat this. However, Miqing splattered blood on the spot. Fragrant jade is dead. Ding. One of the escort targets died and the dungeon challenge failed. Please leave the dungeon within 1 day. Li Chengfeng. 10,000 grass and mud horses ran through his heart. This Nima, really? NPC kills itself, just because I'm too indifferent, pissed her off? Li Chengfeng was stunned on the spot. Sweet wonder, fellow, why do you watch her die and don't stop her? 99. Li Chengfeng thought that Miqing was just doing. He didn't expect her to be so strong. To die is to die. You don't like us that much? We are so redundant in your eyes. Sweet, step back step by step. If that's the case, then I'm dead too. As he spoke, he picked up the long sword that was still stained with Miqing's blood. Don't. Li Chengfeng is about to cry. This battle has not yet begun. A copy of the challenge failed. She also died once, and she couldn't help but feel resentment towards herself in her heart. The next time I come in, I might fail. Don't die. Who did you tell you not to die? I'm calling you. Who am I to you? You are sweet, my sister-in-law. Answer wrong and give you another chance to organize your language. Li Chengfeng is helpless. You are my sweet sister. 35 In the first 3 dungeons, Gandian kept asking him to call himself that. The sweet and serious face turned to a smile. It's almost the same. Elder sister knows. You must be reluctant to let elder sister die. Throw down the long sword. Come to the horse. Pull up Li Chengfeng's hand. It's just the 2 of us left now, alone. What can we do? Saying that, the red lips parted slightly, put his index finger in his mouth. Li Chengfeng withdrew his hand, wanting to cry without tears. Sister sweet, don't be like this. Miqing is already dead. I should hurry out and come in again. This is so sweet. The night I played the first level for the first time, Li Chengfeng almost fell under her miniskirt. Sweetly pursed her lips, showing a charming and lovely appearance. What's the hurry? Anyway, you have already failed this time. Why don't we take advantage of this day and do something interesting? Okay. Li Chengfeng looked down along her long neck. Gollum, this woman is so charming, mature and charming for a while, lively and cute for a while. For a while the cold storage was proud. For a while, ordinary people. It's not enough to make people not love. Before Li Chengfeng came, he had already asked Chufu Iao to clean up the fire thoroughly. At this moment, I feel that she has been pouring oil all over her body. Just come to Mars, can burst into flames. Li Chengfeng was afraid that he had tasted it. I can't forget it, I can't let it go, firmly said. No, I'm out. Sweet only smiled slightly. Okay, my sister is waiting for you inside. When she's alive, I'll help you hold her first, so that she won't think about it again. My little sister me. My heart is full of you. Don't be mad at her anymore, and enlighten her later. Li Chengfeng nodded. I understand. 99 Outgoing copy? Come in again. Another 20 million yuan in delivery fees to successfully pass the challenge. Li Chengfeng had to deliver the second daughter alive to Liu Bei after coming in. I couldn't help but persuade Miqing. After such an encounter, Li Chengfeng no longer dared to be indifferent for a fear that they will be stimulated again and can't think about it. The 3 embark on a journey. Li Chengfeng rides the red rabbit horse in front. Sweetness drove the carriage to keep up for half a day. Come to the first pass. Dongling past the guard boss. Here is Kong Xiu. There are 500 soldiers under his command and 5 elite centurions. A total of 506 people. This pass is located on the mountain. Condescending, easy to defend and difficult to attack. Li Chengfeng keeps the sweet carriage away. Ride alone to close. Generally speaking, a level 20 warrior, after eating Shenwan and putting on a legendary battle armor of heaven, the highest 3-dimensional average attribute is around 1580 points. The physical defense looks like 2400. This is the highest case. However, Not everyone can afford the legendary battle armor of the Heavenly Order. 4 flowers. There is only a king of a country like Yingzheng, only have the financial resources to wear the $1 trillion legendary battle armor. The Kongxiu data on the city gate is Strength 1600 points, Speed 1600 points, Spirit 1600 points, Defense 3000 points, Combat IQ 250 points. Basically every item exceeds the challenger's highest average. And he's not fighting alone. 500 soldiers under his command, the 3-dimensional average is 1000 points, and the defense is 1500 points. 5 centurions under his command, 3-dimensional average 1300 points, defense 2200 points. With such a high number of data, it still occupies an absolute advantage in quantity. It's no wonder that it took many years for someone to get through this model. Li Chengfeng is wearing a level 20 epic battle armor suit, provides 900 points of strength, 960 points of speed, and 900 points of spirit. Level 20 internal strength provides 300 points in each of the 3 dimensions. The double inner alchemy advanced activation method provides an additional 50% inner strength blessing. There are Shenli pills, Shensa pills, Shenjing pills in the stomach. An additional 20% of the 3-dimensional attributes blessed by the internal strength level are provided. The pure golden energy separated from the 5 Li magic power circulates, providing an additional 30% power. The pure earth key provides an additional 30% spirit. The fastest land animal on the blue star is the cheetah, but they can only run 500 meters at the fastest speed. Beyond this distance, due to high-speed motion, the body produces too much heat and heats to death. Humans are also warm-blooded animals. The maximum speed of a martial artist is often limited by the heat exhaust speed. If the speed of heat removal from the inner energy is fast enough, the martial artist can have a higher speed, and the coldness of low temperature can neutralize the heat in the body after a moderate amount of intensification. Therefore, Han Qi can make the warrior have an additional 30% speed. The essence of fire attribute Qi is yin and yang, has a thermal effect. Specializing in yin, the temperature of the Qi decreases. If you specialize in yang, the temperature of the Qi will rise. Li Chengfeng is specializing in the yin of fire and yin, and has a cold Qi. Therefore, there is also an additional 30% internal speed blessing. In general, his 3-dimensional properties are Strength 1500 points, Speed 1560 points, Spirit 1500 points. The physical defense of the armor is 1850 points. It can be said, his martial arts, it literally puts the epic of the Heavenly Order out of the 3-dimensional effect of the legendary battle armor of the Heavenly Order. However, the value between the two is thousands of times different. Chapter 177. The first level harvest. Kong Xiu in the city, see Li Chengfeng. He couldn't help pinching his mustache and said with a smile, Li Chengfeng, you bastard, are you here to die again? This hurdle is bound to hurt. If you can directly kill Kong Xiu like Guan Yu did at the beginning, can greatly deter other defenders, so that they can surrender without a fight. So just outsmart. When I came here 2 times before, Kong Xiu said, as long as Li Chengfeng let him enjoy the 2 girls, he let them go. However, Mi Qing has a strong temperament. I'm afraid she would rather die, so this approach definitely doesn't work. Kong, don't you want to enjoy beauty? Come down and talk. Although the fighting IQ is high, Kong Xiu and the others are also human by nature. Battle IQ and IQ are not the same thing. 660s is not equal to emotional intelligence. Kong Xiu immediately agreed. Come down to the city, and come to Li Chengfeng with a horse and a gun. He is not afraid of Li Chengfeng. After all aspects of the data are higher than Li Chengfeng, and he had killed Li Chengfeng twice before, but he was very calm. Li Chengfeng's previous challenges were all directly with him. After failing twice, I learned to be smart. Kong Xiu said from a distance. Where are my beauties? Where are they? Li Chengfeng dismounted and took out 2 small pieces of cloth, one black and one white. These are their trousers. I'll inspect them for you. First throw it on the grass in front of you. Kong Xiu's eyes lit up. I told the archers in the city to be optimistic. Then the horse ran up and used the gun to pick the cloth on the grass. When he came closer, Li Chengfeng drew his sword. Sword keys flight speed plus 1834 meters per second. The sword is drawn and killed within 50 meters. An opponent whose spirit is lower than 1834 can never dodge FL 1600, not to mention 50 meters. 100 meters away cannot escape. Bang! 2 wild swords hit Kong Xiu. The horse under his crotch was swept by the tip of the sword key, suddenly burst open. However, after all, Kong Xiu's comprehensive defense reached 3,000 points even with such a powerful and unparalleled move as the sword-drawn annihilation slash. Even hitting him at close range can't kill him. The centurion of the city ordered, "Release the arrow, save General Kong." 35 Lengthen. Li Chengfeng followed closely, "Order the Ruyi devouring sword to grow longer. It has 14 times the deformation multiplier, can be changed from 1.2 meters long to 16.8 meters long. One move, cut the dragon and cut the tiger." Slashes at Kong Xiu. Kong Xiu retreated one after another, but he was injured and slowed down, so there is no way to escape Li Chengfeng's entanglement. Arrows fell like rain on the city wall, and several centurions jumped down to support at this time. The harder special effect appears. Ruyi devouring swords 3040 physical attack doubles to 6080. Cut. Li Chengfeng, directly use a move, killing God whirlwind slash. This trick makes extremely fast. After all, he has reached the 8th level proficiency, next to the highest proficiency unprecedented realm since the last failure. Li Chengfeng has been practicing martial arts hard. Chengfeng sword art has reached 115% proficiency. This level of proficiency, coupled with his 8 times the speed of giving ki, any big move can be done in a very short period of time. Kong Xiu was shocked. This guy is much stronger than before. The big move can be connected so closely. I am in danger. The 16-meter-long sword has a great physical attack range. The sword light passed by, and the 3 centurions and Kong Xiu broke into 2 pieces. The soldiers in the city were horrified. So strong. General Kong is better than him in terms of strength, speed and spirit, and he was beaten to the point of being unable to fight back. Li Chengfeng breathed a sigh of relief. Finally killed Kong Xiu first. If he gets together with 500 soldiers to fight, that would be exhausting. After all, there is only one person, and it is very annoying to be rigid. Your generals are dead. You can't wait to give up your weapons and surrender. 500 soldiers and 2 centurions. They put away their weapons and came to the city to raise their hands and surrender. Li Chengfeng ordered, "Stand up, stand in a pile." 39 When they stood up, Li Chengfeng drew his sword and unleashed a slashing slash. These soldiers are valuable. How could Li Chengfeng let them go? With one slash, a large piece of it will be slashed. Then Li Chengfeng stretched his sword and rushed into the crowd. Kill the quartet. As if entering a no man's land without 3 centurions and the strongest Kong Xiu. These 3D-1000 minions pose little threat to him. Killing them is nothing more than a bit laborious. Fakey the remaining centurion ordered, "Line up, scatter formation." 35 The soldiers cooperated tacitly and used various defensive and offensive formations. Li Chengfeng took a lot of effort to finally wipe them all out, shut down the phantoms littered with corpses and gold coins. Li Chengfeng, who was blessed with a 500% explosion rate, walked over. Then I hear the constant prompts: money plus 1.21 million yuan, money plus 1.22 million yuan. The reward of the soldier is about 1.2 million yuan. Money plus 36.05 million yuan. The centurion's money is about 36 million yuan. Picking up this money, Li Chengfeng picked up 786.41 million yuan. The transfer funds for entering the dungeon, and the lifespan lost during the few times of death can be considered to be earned back. Several centurions offer boutique treasure boxes. There are premium equipment rewards. Li Chengfeng made 30 pieces of high-quality 3-star equipment from it. 3 of them are weapons. That's about $90 million. In addition, Kong Xiu gave a treasure box, but 1.3 is a single-player mode. Boss treasure box is limited. His is not a boss-level reward box. There is no equipment in it, but the money is there. 120 million yuan in money. In addition, there are 6 rejuvenation cards. This is also worth 60 million yuan in general. This first level, the approximate income of Li Chengfeng is 1.05 billion yuan. If there is no explosion rate blessing, there will be only 170 million. The harvest is not small, but Li Chengfeng's inner energy has consumed 2/3. Take some time to recover. Some minor injuries on the body also take time to recover. Li Chengfeng injected 2 shots of active stem cells and 1 shot of holy medicine. These things can help him recover quickly, but the price is the same as a supercar. Chapter 178 Night Diving, Shooting Dark Arrows. Passed the first pass, but Li Chengfeng was not happy about it. The entire copy was called through that if it fails in the middle, all the rewards and prizes earned before will be deducted. In this way, malicious brushing of this behavior that does not pass intentionally is prevented. Li Chengfeng and his 2 daughters walked along the road, came near Luoyang City before dusk. His farthest progress before was this second level. The guardian of this level is Hanfu. the prefect of Luoyang, and one of his subordinates, Meng Tan. Han Fu is good at archery, Meng Tan is good at swordsmanship. Li Chengfeng was seriously injured last time because he was hit by Han Fu's hidden arrow, so it's down here during the preparation time this month. Li Chengfeng specially spent money on the strategy class of 1,000 miles riding alone. Learn about the strengths and weaknesses of each level. This second level has Han Fu's arrow paired with Meng Tan's knife, coupled with the 500 guards. It is quite difficult to break through, as the saying goes. Famous swords are easy to hide, but dark arrows are hard to guard against. It is really difficult to guard against both frontal battles and hidden arrows. Li Chengfeng has already thought of a strategy. He will repay the people with the way of the people. During the preparation time this month, Li Chengfeng has mastered the S-level 24 long-range martial art 8 bunch of Yang Jian to perfection. Luoyang has already received the news, knowing that Dongling Pass was broken. The defender Kong Xiu was killed. Prefect Han Fu ordered, send the order, cheer up everywhere, and take strict precautions. As soon as there is trouble, report it immediately. Montan. This Li Chengfeng, not long after his death, came to Daigen Han Fu from the weapon rack. He took off the treasured bow that he held, the legend of the heavenly rank, and said with a grin, since he dares to come, I will let him taste my archery again. Li Chengfeng was not in a hurry to attack Luoyang Pass. Instead, let go of the house and rest. His inner energy has not recovered much. However, Gan Bian and Mi Qing also have level 20 internal strength. Forget about being sweet. Li Chengfeng is afraid of sucking her qi, and she will suck the yang qi in turn. Mi Qing, come with me. He called Mi Qing into the bedroom alone. Li Lang, my qi is a bit lacking. Let me suck some of your qi. My heart is yours, and of course my soul is yours too. But if you want to suck, I have a condition. 99-watt condition. You call me my name. It sounds like a life. I want you to call me Min Yang. Okay, Min Yang. Hey, you suck. Li Lang. She didn't have to fight anyway. Li Chengfeng simply sucked her inner energy dry. Inner qi almost recovered to more than 80%. During the inhalation process, Li Chengfeng explored her body with her inner energy. She was surprised to find that her body was the same as the real one. It is a flesh and blood existence. The red sun is sinking in the west, and the sky is getting darker. The moon is black and the wind is high, and you can't see your 5 fingers when you reach out. Li Chengfeng put on a night clothes and prepared to sneak into Luoyang and assassinate Han Fu. All the way, I carefully touched the city and came to the prefect's mansion. It was heavily guarded here, and it took a lot of effort to finally find where Han Fu was. He and Meng Tan were drinking in the side hall, and there were dancers dancing in the hall to add to the fun. Li Chengfeng released specially prepared long-range secondary weapons. Order Epic Fengaiyu Treasure Carving Longbow. Type, bow and arrow. Requirement, level 20 introduction. Arrow of Phoenix Feather, Wind and Rain Mass. 30 kg Arrow 1. 2 Phoenix Feather Arrows, Physical Attack 3600 Arrow 2. 20 Phoenix Arrows, Physical Attack 3000 Arrow 3. 200 Normal Arrows, 2400 Physical Attack Arrow 4. 10 Hollow Arrows, No Physical Attack Full Bow Strength. 4400 Jin, 2200 Strength, Full Bow Rate of Fire. 2000 meters per second full bow rebound. 0.2 seconds best bow range. 65% full bow range, optimal ratio of rate of fire to damage, key injury increase, plus 120% precision range. 2000 meters special effect 1, the wind and rain are not biased, the arrow can adjust its vertical and horizontal force, and there is no deflection or gravity fall within the precise range. Special effect 2, the effective attack distance of key move plus 500 meters. The courtyard is constantly patrolled by small soldiers. Li Chengfeng keeps changing his position, waiting for the time to fire the arrow. Both Han Fu and Meng Tan's defense reached 3000 points. However, the strongest Phoenix Feather arrow had a physical attack of 3600 points and could shoot through them. Li Chengfeng originally wanted to use the stunt of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Anyway, he has 2 strongest Phoenix Feather arrows. However, if you shoot 2 arrows with 1 bow, the arrow speed will be greatly reduced. Once the speed slows down, it may be avoided by the opponent at that time. There may not be a single shot. The speed of the bow and arrow is different from the speed of the sword. Li Chengfeng Ruiyu Devouring Sword provides an additional sword speed of 1834 meters per second, and the actual speed of the sword key is the speed of his swinging sword. He key move itself burst out speed blessing. so the actual speed of the sword key is far more than 1,834 meters per second. Even the speed of the sword key that draws the sword and kills it can reach 3,000 meters per second. The arrows shot by this bow are only 2,000 meters per second at the highest speed, and Li Chengfeng is about 200 meters away from Han Fu and them. This distance is very likely to be avoided with their 1,600 point spirit. If you want to kill two birds with one stone, the arrow will be slower, and it is more likely that the bamboo basket will be empty, so only one person can be assassinated, and it needs to be the strongest blow with all his strength. While the arrows were flying, there were still many soldiers, and 2 centurions' arrows flew over 660 their heads. If they found out, then the arrow may be smashed by their key move, thus failing to hit the target. Therefore, Li Chengfeng decided to use the stunt of the sound death arrow. The special key structure attached to the arrow in this move can clear the sound of arrows breaking through the air, thus making it a silent arrow. This minimizes arrow detection. Li Chengfeng took the opportunity to draw the bow and arrow in the dark. Aim for Han Fu's head. This phoenix feather carved longbow requires 2,200 points of strength to draw a full bow, thereby reaching a maximum arrow speed of 2,000 meters per second. Li Chengfeng's strength is only 1,500 points. If he has not practiced archery, he cannot draw a full bow. However, there is a special open back and bow drawing technique in the basic chapter of 8 poems of Yang Jian. Using the special key Chong, you can temporarily increase your bow drawing power. Li Chengfeng has practiced 8 yang piercing arrows to perfection, not to mention the bow with 2,200 points of strength. It is a bow with 3,000 strength points. He can also draw a full bow. It's just going to be a little expensive. Without any hesitation, Li Chengfeng directly used Qi Chong to draw a full bow, aim at Han Fu's head and make a move, sound killing arrow. It is about to kill with one arrow and avenge the last dark arrow. Chapter 179, The Hope of NPC and Number 039, S Departure. Han Fu's comprehensive defense reached 3,000 points, but the important part, the distribution of defense strength, is different. The helmet and the heart are often the 2 strongest defenses. Li Chengfeng hesitated for a moment before shooting. The shooter may not be able to penetrate. Moreover, if the head shoots directly to death, the other party does not know how to die, how to solve the last dark arrow. Hatred. In the end, the crosshair was aimed at Han Fu's throat for 1. The bowstring pierces the air with sound send. The silent super metal phoenix feather arrow moves at a speed of 2,000 meters per second. He flew towards Han Fu, who was drinking with his head up. Although the bowstring has sound, but the speed of sound is 340 meters per second. Far less than the speed of arrows. So when Han Fu heard the sound of archery, the arrow had already penetrated his throat. The powerful power of the fatal arrow directly pierced through Han Fu's armor. A hole the size of a wrist was left in his throat. Montaigne yells, "No, there are assassins!" Blood spurted from Han Fu's neck. He covered the hole in front of him with one hand. One hand covers the hole in the back. He looked at what shot through his throat. A golden phoenix feather arrow. It turned out to be an arrow. The local arrow king himself was seriously injured by the arrow. Li Chengfeng retracted his bow and dashed forward with his sword in hands. Meng Tan drew his swords. "Good you, Li Chengfeng, how dare you shoot a secret arrow at the prefect?" Li Chengfeng ignored him. He only looked at Han Fu Dao playfully. "You will have to pay it back sooner or later. I was seriously injured by your dark arrow last time, and I will pay it back to you this time. How does the dark arrow feel?" 35 Han Fu was ashamed and angry, with mixed feelings. "You bastard, go to hell." Pick up the longbow by the seat. Li Chengfeng draws his sword and is impartial. A golden sword key slashed Han Fu's throat. With his throat armor damaged, his head fell to the ground. Immediately another golden sword key slashed Meng Tan. The opponent was blocking with 2 knives, but at such a close distance, how could he react? Before the 2 knives were closed, the sword key hit him hard. Taking advantage of the narrowness of the place, one of the soldiers could not be placed in formation, and the other was not all in place. Li Chengfeng worked hard and opened the hole. Hidden candle micro. Various moves attacked Meng Tan like a surging flood. Lost Han Fu's long-range strike. There is no joint siege of the soldiers. Meng Tan was unable to support a single tree, and after more than a dozen rounds, one after another, the injuries were not minor. Had no choice but to escape. 2 centurions led the small soldiers stationed in the prefect's mansion to besiege. Li Chengfeng didn't take much effort to clean them up. Not long after, reinforcements arrived at the city gate, charged under the command of Meng Tan. Li Chengfeng is full of firepower, killing the quartet. Compared with the second stage of the last battle, his battle armor has been improved, and his martial skills have also been greatly improved. Han Fu is dead, Meng Tan is injured, These minions are basically no threat to him. Rush into the crowd, invincible. The sound of shouting and killing filled the entire Luoyang city. All kinds of swords, lights, swords and shadows are intertwined, but only Li Chengfeng's golden light sword is the most conspicuous, the most windy, where the high temperature of 7,880 degrees Celsius can reach. The fire was burning. Almost the whole city of Luoyang was set on fire by him. Gan Bian and Mi Qing stood outside the city looking out. I saw that the sky on this side was lit up. Occasionally, a golden sword key streaks across the night sky, showing off like a shooting star. Sweet said, "It looks like the fight is fierce. I hope Li Lang can beat them." "Do you think it's possible for him to take us out?" Mi Qing said confidently. "I think he can, and I have a hunch that he is my rightful son." Sweet and somewhat surprising. "Oh. Stop dreaming." My sisters and the others received more than 4,000 challengers, and more than 200 of them had the opportunity to take them away, but no one chose to take them away at this time. 2 other women came here, who misses us and the elder sister's eldest sister. These 2 are also stunning as fairies, one in white and one in red. Mi Qing smiled slightly. "Sister, are you here?" The woman in white smiled. "Well, let's take a look at your progress. How about it? Are you sure you'll win this one?" Sweetly shook his head. "I feel that this Li Chengfeng is a bit insufferable, and it's a bit difficult to take him down." 35 The woman in red said, "What about the means I gave you? Are you useless? He's already the 6th challenger you have received." The woman in white said, "We're up to you, and if you don't make it to one of the first 10 challengers we've received, we're not teaching you well enough." 5 The woman in red said, "In this case, we have to get another 50 points to get out of this ghost place." Mi Qing suspects, "Will the holy station really let you out of this world?" Women in red, "Of course, as long as the challenger fails, gets 1,000 points, and takes a couple of new people before leaving. The holy station allows us to leave this world and live freely in the outside world." The woman in white nodded. "Well, our predecessor still kept in touch with us often. They all got married and had children outside, and they lived happily ever after." The woman in red patted the sweet shoulder. "Sweet girl, it's up to you whether we can leave smoothly or not. Counting this Li Chengfeng, you still have 5 chances, and you have to take good care of each one." Sweet and Rai smile. "Sister, don't expect me to be alone. Mi Qing also has to do her best." 39 The woman in white shook her head helplessly. "What is she? She doesn't have that kind of experience, so she doesn't know how to hook up with men." Sweet to cry and laugh. "Do you think I have a lot of experience? In my memory, I can only remember a few times with Liu Bei. As for whether this memory is true or false, whether it has or not, I can't tell." The woman in red said, "It's okay. My sister is teaching you 2 tricks. Come." In order for NPCs to better fulfill their obligations, the holy station has set tasks for all NPCs, made a promise. You can leave the dungeon world after successfully blocking the challenger many times, but only on hell and legendary difficulty. Only under these 2 difficulties, NPCs thinking is real. The other relatively simple 3 difficulties are normal, hard and super. NPC thinking is programmed, of course. These secret things, the challenger is completely ignorant. All NPCs must not be leaked. Chapter 180. Meng Tan sees that Li Chengfeng is unbeatable. Knowing that the situation in Luoyang is over, the hero did not suffer the immediate loss, and he was clever and fled to the Sishu Pass. The sound of shouting and killing gradually faded, and finally disappeared completely. Only Luoyang was burning cracklingly. After this level is over, the harvest is not small. Han Fu's elite treasure box rewarded 3 top-quality 3-star equipment upgrade cards. The best 3-star equipment at level 19 can be upgraded to level 20. A war. Li Chengfeng's ki has consumed a lot, but the last 3 soldiers, he stayed alive, broken hands and feet, used beaming divine art to drain ki, and then killed in this way. There will be no shortage of ki in the battle tomorrow. In fact, Sweetness was also sucked by ki for him, but he really didn't dare to suck her ki the previous time. After finishing the first level, Li Chengfeng sucks her ki. As a result, as soon as his hand was placed on her lower abdomen, she was pushed down. There are previous lessons. How could Li Chengfeng dare to suck her ki? If you accidentally fall under her miniskirt, but in vain go home after the fight. Li Chengfeng installed an early warning device around the house to prevent someone from sneak attack while sleeping at night. Although Meng Tan ran away, he was not allowed to come back for a sneak attack. After all, it is a house that does not occupy more than 3 million yuan of land, and there is still such a thing as a bathtub after a tiring day. Li Chengfeng put a tank of water, take a comfortable 660 hot bath and get rid of your tiredness. Dong dong dong. There was a knock on the bathroom door. "Fellow, are you in there?" Li Chengfeng hummed. In the shower. 35 Sister, will you rub your back? Need not, just rubbing your back. What are you afraid of? Don't be afraid to be weird. Li Chengfeng is most afraid of the sweetness of this demon girl. Let her come in and rub her back. Doesn't that mean walking on the edge of a cliff? Li Chengfeng could not agree anyway. After taking a shower, sleep comfortably. Unexpectedly, when I slept until midnight, someone got into the bed. Li Chengfeng got up and took a look. The bedroom door was actually pried open by Gan Dian. He didn't care about her. He just fell back and continued to sleep sweet. They also have limitations. At night, it is not allowed to actively touch the challenger. 1 point is deducted for each touch even if she didn't touch it. Li Chengfeng could sleep well. Gan Dian is not in a hurry. After all, the more tests Li Chengfeng has passed, the more she can get more points by taking him down each additional level, and the challenger you win will earn you 1 more point. Silent all night. The next day, the three continued along the road. At noon, we arrived at the third pass, near the Sishu Pass. Li Chengfeng just released the house from the bracelet, ready to let the two girls rest here. He was going to go through the barrier alone, shouting everywhere. Meng Tan and Bianzai, the general of the Sishu Pass, led troops to ambush here. Li Chengfeng was shocked. Protect the two daughters and fight and retreat after they are safe. Let go of their hands and feet to fight. Bianzai made a strange meteor hammer. Meng Tan's double knife attack is extremely fast. Li Chengfeng played against both of them at the same time. There are many soldiers and centurions around to help. Very exhausting. Can't beat melee combat. After that, explosion key. Open up the distance to swim. Take out the heavenly rank legendary bow used by Han Fu that was picked up on the battlefield yesterday. The power of this longbow is much greater than that of the phoenix feather carved longbow. In the end, it is a legend of the Heaven Order, which is several grades worse than the epic of the Human Order. This bow Li Chengfeng can use, but can't bring out the copy. Take out the ordinary quiver. Unleash the stunt of arrow rain chain shot. 4 fingers clipped 3 arrows from the quiver. Draw bow. Whoosh whoosh. 3 soldiers were shot and killed. Bianzai and Meng Tan followed closely. Li Chengfeng uses a martial art technique in 8 buzzards piercing Yang Jian. Bounce back and jump. This move condenses special Qi Chong in both legs. It can burst out a strong back jump in an instant, thus distance from the opponent. As a long-range archer, melee combat must be a weakness. If there is no such hand to pull the distance, it is bound to fail everywhere and be bullied by melee combat. Said, Li Chengfeng resorted to this trick and jumped back. A distance of 30 or 40 meters was drawn between the two of them. The two chased after each other. Li Chengfeng draws the bow. Use a move. Vacuum acceleration arrow. This move requires a martial artist who specializes in Hanji to use it. The arrow tail is accompanied by a chill of extremely low temperature. Makes the air at the tail of the arrow solidify into a solid, thereby forming a vacuum area under the action of atmospheric pressure. The surrounding air instantly squeezes this vacuum area, so as to push the arrow to continue to accelerate. Li Chengfeng shot this arrow fast. Fly faster in the air. There is a constant vacuum area that is instantly filled, making a sound babble. Meng Tan predicted the speed of the arrow and swung his knife to block the arrow. However, halfway through the blade, the accelerating arrow had already flown in front of him. An arrow hit his left shoulder. 35 Li Chengfeng takes an arrow and shoots again. Bianzai was too frightened to chase after him, danced the meteor hammer and launched the hammer to attack Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng is snakeskin walking. Use arrow rain chain shot to clear minions. When one quiver is finished, another quiver is released. He had already foreseen this situation. His wristband with 100 cubic meters of storage space is stocked with 5,000 advanced arrows bought from them. While there will definitely be no shortage of medicine pills, the soldiers fell one after another. Bianzai knew this was not the way, quickly ordered, stop the pursuit, and formed an array and placed the defense unfolds. The shield strikes. Li Chengfeng's arrow rain has little effect. The opponent no longer attacked. Li Chengfeng stood up, take an arrow and draw bow, and make a move, bending divine arrow. The special key rush attached to the arrow can push the arrow to change direction. An arrow flew very fast, bypassed the shield, and flew into the crowd. The powerful arrows penetrated 2 soldiers in a row. Li Chengfeng shot 2 more arrows. 4 or 5 more soldiers died. Bianzai was surprised. This man is so good at archery. Order now. Turtle formation. The soldiers held up their shields firmly, guarding them in all directions, but there is always a gap between the shield and the shield. Li Chengfeng's 8 parts wearing Yang Jian has been practiced to perfection. Within the range, say to shoot the eyes. Never shoot the eyebrows. Tiny arrows pass through the gap, and the minions are still attrition. Bianzai swung the hammer to catch the arrows. However, Li Chengfeng's turning arrow turned from the top for a while, turned from the bottom for a while. Bianzai couldn't make up his mind. He could only block an arrow by hammering key 5 times. Li Chengfeng's arrows don't consume much energy, but Bianzai's hammer key consumption is much greater than his. So anxious, "This is not the way, let me kill you." 39 Meng Tan was ordered to kill Li Chengfeng with him. Chapter 181 The Boss and Number 039, S Sword. At this time, the 2 daughters of Ganmi are safe. The soldiers didn't dare to move. Li Chengfeng wasn't afraid of them either. Put down the bow and hold the sword in hand. 100 meters away from Li Chengfeng, Meng Tan, who had suffered a loss, was so frightened that he stopped immediately. Be careful when he draws his sword, it's very powerful. The 2 didn't dare to come up. Li Chengfeng continued to shoot arrows with a bow, sending out small soldiers from a distance. Bianzai is in trouble. It's not on this, it's not on it, but the extremely high combat IQ soon found a way. Command the centurion to throw 2 shields. Don't be afraid, let's put on our shields and rush up. Meng Tan said hello. And both raised their shields and rushed towards Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng came to hedge with a sword. Calculate the timing of the stronger special effect of Ruai devouring sword. Draw your sword. Meng Tan's man and shield were cut diagonally into 2 pieces. Bianzai was shocked. Meng Tan, this idiot, what kind of sneak attack did he come up with? If he was defending the city gate, would he be beaten like this? He was so frightened that he didn't dare to fight again. He turned around and fled. Quickly withdraw. Go back to the gate and guard. The well-trained soldiers retreated in an orderly manner. Several centurions and Bianzai took cover behind. Li Chengfeng chased after the victory and killed the quartet in the end. Only Bianzai and 100 soldiers returned to the gate. The front of the gate is empty, without any shelter. If Li Chengfeng attacks head-on, must be attacked by the powerful firepower of the enemy. Even if there are not many enemies left, they can cover the city. The firepower is about the same as the normal 500 people, and it will definitely suffer greatly. Li Chengfeng's previous failure was that he was the head iron, and he kept killing it even if he offers key 8 times faster. It is also no match for the key of hundreds of people. Hundreds of times to be outnumbered. One has to pay attention to methods. At least with his current equipment and martial arts, it's still not up to the level of brainless push. Li Chengfeng used Fuyao to go straight to 90,000 miles, rise to high altitude, avoid enemy arrows and key moves, and bypass the defense of the city gate. Fall into the gate, covered by buildings. Street fighting will not be exposed to a lot of firepower. Fight without fail, kill him without leaving a piece of armor. Bianzai's strength is not weak, but without the assistance of Montan and the centurion, a few minions alone are obviously no match for Li Chengfeng. After fighting for 100 rounds, they were finally defeated by Li Chengfeng. The 3rd pass, win 1 night off. The next day, we arrived at the 4th pass. Xingyang. There's the prefect Wang Zhi leading 800 elite soldiers to garrison. The spies have already reported that Li Chengfeng has passed the 3rd level, therefore, countermeasures have already been formulated here. Traps were laid on the only road outside the city. Hu Ban under Wang Zhi respected Li Chengfeng's spirit, came to inform Li Chengfeng of the trap set by Wang Zhi in advance on setting. Hu Ban is here to help Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng knew this. Asked him about the situation in the city. Hu Ban said, the city is heavily fortified, and there are traps everywhere. Don't trespass. I know a small road. You can bypass Xingyang city by this road, since the NPCs who helped me have said that the city is very dangerous. Then there is no need to sneak in and kill people like sneaking into Luoyang. Li Chengfeng released a pocket from the bracelet. Okay, thank you. After you go back, help me put these 50 bottles of poison into the drinking water everywhere. As long as Li Chengfeng can pass this level, Hu Ban can get points, so as long as Li Chengfeng instructs him, he will never give up. Hu Ban took the poison. Okay, I wish the general all the best. Li Chengfeng made the 2nd daughter lose the carriage, ride a red rabbit horse and take a detour from the path. Not long after, the spies reported that Li Chengfeng was not going on the road. Wang Zhi learned that he led his troops out of the city to pursue them. Li Chengfeng let the 2 daughters go first, and then he broke up. Originally there were 800 sergeants in the city, but after the poison given by Li Chengfeng, there are only more than 400 people left. Wang Zhi took the lead and threw out Hu Ban's head. This is the fate of the lackeys. If you don't want to do this, you will be captured quickly. Li Chengfeng reached out. You are dead. A-type sword formation. 35 Wang Zhi drew his sword and commanded. Li Chengfeng still uses bows and arrows to fight. Continue to let the opponent downsize and weaken their overall combat effectiveness. Otherwise, One person in this empty place is just over 400 people, is quite tricky. Wang Zijian key attacked, ask for flowers, the red sword key was very fast. Li Chengfeng reached out his hand, play water spongy screen to block the sword key. The sergeants chased them to shoal. Li Chengfeng immediately burst into sword key sword key carrying 800,000 volts, hit in the water and conduct electricity on the sergeant in the shoal with the defense of their armor. It is no problem to prevent a voltage of 600,000 volts. However, the voltage of 800,000 volts was too high, and their armors temporarily short-circuited and collapsed, unable to achieve any defense and blessing effect. Li Chengfeng took out a legendary longbow on his back, quickly installed 5 hollow key shell arrows on the bowstring. In this way, with the help of these key shell arrows, the bow can be drawn to launch the arrow key. The arrow key flew out, but the key shell arrow remained on the bowstring. Li Chengfeng unleashed a stun of 10,000 arrows. Draw the bow and shoot arrows with great speed. The arrows swish constantly flying out. There's really a million arrows wherever the arrow went. The soldiers died violently after the guerrillas were almost attenuated. Li Chengfeng drew his sword and faced the enemy. Wang Zihi's swordsmanship is not bad, but under Li Chengfeng's unprecedented swordsmanship proficiency and super fast key move speed, it just doesn't look enough. After a fierce battle, Wang Zihi died under the sword of Li Chengfeng. This battle area is a bit big. Li Chengfeng walked all the way back and picked up the rewards for a while. At last, Li Chengfeng picked up the sword used by Wang Zihi, Xianji, Legend Gu King Longsword. The current attributes of Ruai Devouring Sword only reach the legendary human level. There is still a big gap between the data and Wang Zihi's ancient King Longsword. Although this is the weapon of the boss, it cannot be brought out of the copy. But Li Chengfeng thought about taking it. Maybe it will be useful in the next battle. Suddenly, Li Chengfeng's eyes swept across the mouth of the Ruai Devouring Sword's tail. Suddenly a bold conjecture came to mind. Boss weapons cannot be brought out of the copy, but it doesn't say that it can't be destroyed and digested. Maybe the Ruai Devouring Sword can swallow the boss weapon. With this conjecture, Li Chengfeng decided to feed the ancient green dragon sword to Ruai Devouring Sword, see if it eats the plant. Chapter 182 NPCs that can be taken away. Li Chengfeng pulled out a legendary ancient King Longsword of Xianji, feed its blade to the mouth of the Ruai. Swallowing the sword, Kunzu grew up quickly, holding the sword's edge. After a pause, there was no next move. Just when Li Chengfeng thought Ruai swallowed the sword and didn't eat it, the ancient King Longsword was sucked in suddenly, and then the whole was swallowed by Kunzu. Artifacts are different. You can even swallow weapons that don't belong to you and can't be brought out, because it is a legend of heaven. The quality is quite high. Ruai Devouring Sword digests it quite slowly, basically 15 minutes to digest 1%. At this rate, it would take a whole day and 25 hours to digest. The challenge time limit for this instance is 5 days. Li Chengfeng spent less than 3 days before. There's one last level left, so don't be in a hurry. Come to the Yellow River estuary early to release the house to live. 660 waited until the digestion was completed. Li Chengfeng was immediately delighted when he saw it. This wishful swallowing sword is indeed a divine weapon. Any sword can be swallowed and absorbed. It's like a bug. It can really swallow the boss weapon in the copy. Before that, Li Chengfeng also fed it a 20 million sword, but after eating 20 million, its physical attack has only increased by 1 point. After digesting a $1 trillion legendary sword of heaven, its properties have been qualitatively improved compared to the previous ones. The physical attack alone increased by more than 200 points. First order artifact, Ruai Devouring Sword, colorful characters, type, sword requirements, none. Level 20, varies with user level. Introduction, Ruai stretch, can be long or short. Swallow 1 Jin, unlimited performance mass. 120 kg qualitative multiple. 15 times deformation multiple. 15 times suitable attribute, all around physical attack. 3,300 key injury increase. 176% special effect 1. It can devour sword weapons and absorb certain attributes and characteristics of them. Special effect 2. The effective attack distance of key move plus 700 meters. Special effect 3. Key move flying speed plus 1,152 meters per second. Special effect 4. High temperature, sword key temperature plus 7,880 degrees Celsius. Special effect 5. Electrocution. After activation, the key move can carry 800,000 volts of voltage, but the energy consumption increases. Special effect 6. Bright key. can absorb ambient light to increase the brightness of the key move, thereby enhancing the coolness of the key move. Plus 7,100 nits during the day, plus 71 nits at night. Special effect 7, the stronger, every 4 seconds. You can get 1 second physical attack doubling effect. Gem setting 6, none after digestion. Ruai devouring swords. Physical and key injury attributes have reached the threshold of the legendary legend, and a 6th gem setting hole appears. Usually only legendary quality weapons have 6 gem sockets, therefore, all aspects of its data have reached the level of legend. The guard of the 5th pass is Kinki, who belongs to Xiaodun subordinates, led 500 elite soldiers to guard the Yellow River Ferry. Li Chengfeng spent a lot of time, kill Kinki and all his subordinates, but not in a hurry to cross the river, because once the river is crossed, the famous general of Wei State, Xiaodun, will appear. Li Chengfeng has a big kill, ki and strength are lost a lot. Bad mood in Xiaodun is a very strong existence in this copy. Li Chengfeng also did not want to take the risk. Passing 5 levels and killing 6 generals have been completed. Don't be impatient. Failure is in the hands of the last Xiaodun. There is still 1 day left. You can rest for a night, healing wounds, restoring some physical strength and inner energy after picking up the spoils. Li Chengfeng led out the house, ready to take a bath in comfort. As a result, the 2 women usually bathe with too much water. The water tank in the house is empty. I had to buy 2 sides of water from the Shenzhen shopping mall and fill the water tank with water after washing. I bought a few plates of quick hot dishes produced by other schools. Eat it hot. Sure enough, it's not as delicious as the one made by yourself. Neither Gan Bian nor Mi Qing moved their chopsticks. Mei Mu's focus was not on the dining table. She seemed to be very worried. Li Chengfeng said, "Why don't you eat it? Even if it's not as delicious as our Xiao pie, but it's okay to just eat it. Make do with it. I'm too lazy to bite." Again sweetly holding Li Chengfeng's hand, "Fellow, they want to eat what your Xiao faction is making now." 55 Li Chengfeng is helpless. There's no way, although I'm from the Xiao faction, I don't know how to cook. Mi Qing looked at him with a pair of sultry eyes. "You can take us to Happy Pie." Li Chengfeng was taken aback. This can't be right. You are the people here. We are different. Yes. Really, Sweet can't help but be a little excited. She did not expect that Li Chengfeng would be able to completely pass the 5 levels and kill the 6 generals. Mi Qing said, "As long as you complete 5 levels and cut 6 generals, take us out of this world, go to your world together. If you don't believe me, there will be a prompt when you walk to the ferry." Li Chengfeng was taken aback and didn't know what happened for a while. Go out immediately and walk to the ferry thing. Special reminder, you have completed the legendary mode and passed 5 levels and 6 generals. You can choose to leave the secret realm with a beautiful woman. If you make this choice, the challenge will fail, and the secret realm will enter a 10-year cooldown. You can also choose to cross the river, continue to challenge, and accept the baptism of Exion. Famous General Xiaodun. Li Chengfeng was startled. Can actually leave the dungeon with 2 stunning beauties who are like dream lovers. Go out into the real world. This legendary mode is too strong. In order not to let the challenger pass, really anything can be done. This beauty pass is strong, really strong. Li Chengfeng looked back at the second daughter. His face and figure are very in line with his aesthetics. At first glance, it makes people want to stop. Just looking at it makes people like it uncontrollably. Gan Bian rushed up and took Li Chengfeng's hand, kneeling and begging, "Fellow, take us away. The world is not good at all. I want to go to the outside world and live a free life." Mi Qing looked at him through Kishu. "Li Lang, I want to, with you," sweetly said. "You have to be willing to take your elder sister away. An elder sister will serve your 1.3 sons. You can ask your elder sister to do anything." The second daughter had already heard the 2 seniors tell about the life in this copy. It is constantly changing face and body, constantly receiving new challengers. Watch them make it through, or die day after day, year after year. Can't go anywhere if you want to win this life. Must make the challenger submit to his own beauty. Let them fail in their own hands. That's enough for 1,000 points. However, it also means constantly selling out your body. It's a lady again. How could Mi Qing, who is also a feudalist, endure this kind of life? I just hope that Li Chengfeng can take him away. Li Lang, I would like to be a bird in the sky, and I would like to be a lyre in the ground. My heart is all about you, and I can't hold anyone else any longer. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 183 The Final Test, Zai How Done. Li Chengfeng wanted to take them out, set them free, but taking it out means that this copy will enter a 10-year cooldown in 10 years. He will not be able to challenge this copy again if you can't get the legendary achievement of this copy. He has to obediently join the Great Shaolin Temple, be their permanent disciples. Li Chengfeng really likes the two of them, after all, it is the appearance of the lover of your dreams, who'll not like it when you meet it. But it's just an outward liking and he's a man with a woman. Be responsible for your own woman, can't be casual, no negotiation, just take two NPCs home. So, Li Chengfeng could not agree to their request anyway. Sorry, I have to get this achievement, I can't choose to take you away. Sweet reminder, you know, Zai How Done in front of you is stronger than anyone you have met before. Most of the challengers fell under his grasp. You have come this far, why do you need to take risks? 24.99 Li Chengfeng is unwavering, you must go, don't persuade me. 55 She sighed sweetly, knowing that this was impossible. Totter seniors, met more than 200 men who had the opportunity to take them away, but in the end, they all chose to continue to challenge Zai How Done. As a result, almost all of them died at the hands of Zai How Done. In the end, people and money are empty. 2 lines of clear tears rolled down Mi Qing's beautiful face. Li Lang, no matter what you choose, I respect you, thanks. This dinner was very unpleasant. In the middle of the night, Li Chengfeng's door was knocked violently. Dong dong dong. Enemy, it's not good, the big thing is bad, Sweet and anxious shouted. Li Chengfeng got up in a hurry. What's wrong? Sweet cry. I slept until the middle of the night and felt that the bed was cold and sticky. I turned on the light and saw that there was blood on the bed. Mi Qing, she couldn't think of it anymore. Li Chengfeng was shocked. If that woman dies again, he had to challenge this dungeon again and failed, and the previous few days were all in vain. Hurriedly ran into the second daughter's room to check. Mi Qing's face turned pale. Li Chengfeng hurriedly stopped the bleeding and injected a holy medicine to heal her wounds. He treated her with the earthly wood key. Fortunately, it was discovered in time. I'm afraid I won't be able to save it if it's a quarter of an hour later. Li Chengfeng was speechless. You can all self-destruct so easily. Did you stop my copy from passing? Sweet and stern. No, there is only one chance for self-termination. She has already used it, and this time if she dies, she really dies, can't be resurrected. Li Chengfeng was startled. Then why does she think so? Are you stupid? She's an infatuated lover. She really likes you. She's full of you. If she can't be with you, she'd rather die. As for Li Chengfeng was very puzzled. He only got along with Mi Qing for a few days. Is this dead? Sweet said, we were born in different times. You can't understand the thinking of our ancient women is not something you modern men can understand. If we see a man ourselves, we just want to follow him wholeheartedly. Li Chengfeng was silent. Sweet continued, if you don't want her, then she can only continue to receive challengers like you with me. If that challenger wants to do something to her, she can't do anything about it. If you meet an extremely annoying challenger and you really don't want to, you can end yourself and let him get out. But there's only one chance, at this time. Mi Qing slowly opened her eyes, seeing the handsome Li Chengfeng in front of him. 2 clear tears rolled down her beautiful eyes. Li Chengfeng understands, if you don't appease the woman who fell in love with you at first sight, don't even think about passing this copy of yourself. Of course, I still like it. I don't want to watch her die like this. Touch her head. Don't think too much. The big deal is that I will play this dungeon again next year, and then take you out. Mi Qing is weak. Really? Well, a word is settled. 99 Sweet said, why don't you take her away this year? You know that once someone passes the challenge, all soldiers will become stronger. If you want to hit tier next year, you won't be able to. Li Chengfeng confidently said, don't worry, next year's me will definitely be stronger than the current me. Sweet and happy said, well, we'll wait for you to pick us up next year. During this period, I'll help you take good care of her. Li Chengfeng pulled the quilt and wiped away the tears on Mi Qing's face. Well, stop being stupid, do you hear? Mi Qing nodded slightly. If there is hope to be with you in this life, no matter how my concubine is, I will no longer do stupid things. 5 Okay, wait for me next year, Li Lang. Mi Qing hugged him excitedly. Li Chengfeng suddenly smelled a strange fragrance on her body. She really is a good woman of national beauty. Immediately fell in love with the taste. Rested all night. Li Chengfeng flew over the Yellow River with his 2 daughters treading water. As soon as he reached the other side, Zai How Done led a group of people to kill him. He was wearing a white-green battle armor, holding a blue dragon spear, wearing a one-eye patch. Majestic, he shouted. 660 Li Chengfeng, you killed people on the road, and beheaded my generals. Too rude. I came here to capture you and offer to the Prime Minister. Li Chengfeng looked closely at his stats. Xiaohaodun, internal strength level 26, martial arts Lin family domination spear. Killing Xiaohaodun has a 20% chance to obtain this martial arts strength 2000 points, speed 2000 points, spirit 2000 points, defense 5000 points, combat IQ 250 points. Good guy, is this Nima still human? Li Chengfeng couldn't help scolding mother in his heart. This Xiaohaodun is 500 points stronger than him, 440 points faster than him, spirit is 500 points higher than him, defense is 3250 points higher than him. Internal strength level 26 means that Ki's power is stronger than his, Ki flow is also stronger than his level 20, not to mention the data rolling. Martial arts is also the world's first marksmanship Lin family domination spear. This is because I think I haven't experienced the power of this marksmanship before. Do you specifically allow yourself to be taught in the copy? 10 minutes, it only takes 10 minutes. Zhang Liao of CAO's camp will come to announce CAO's military orders. Let Li Chengfeng leave if you die in less than 10 minutes. You can only fail the challenge. PS, looking for fresh data. Friends, the data has not moved recently. Chapter 184. Start the runaway mode. Li Chengfeng immediately called Tui Miking and Genshin, then he hooked up to Xiaohaodun and said, come on, today I'll take a lesson. What is the best marksmanship in the world? Xiaohaodun dismounted and charged. A flash step rushed in front of Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng was surprised. So fast, is this the speed of 2000? It's okay. The Ruai swallowing sword that swallowed a legendary ancient king long sword has a higher extra speed of sword energy, special effects plus 1152 meters per second. And Li Chengfeng also embedded a 20-star speed spar for the 6th spar. The 4 speed spar respectively add an extra sword key speed of 300,240,192,154 meters per second in total. Kizao's flying speed is plus 2038 meters per second. Even if his Xiaohaodun has 2000 spirit points, within 40 meters, it is difficult to avoid Li Chengfeng's sword. Draw the sword and kill the Slaughtersand. The Kang Mang sword key emitting this golden light went straight towards Xiaohaodun. Bang! Xiaohaodun was repelled by 2 swords. Coughed twice. I was secretly shocked. His sword key is so fast, it is rare. I need to guard against him. Li Chengfeng couldn't help but be surprised. Within the full power range, the 2 powerful swords that drew the sword and annihilated were hit. I just coughed twice. This Xiaohaodun, the defense is too strong. Xiaohaodun threw his spear into the sky, using a move, Chengfeng Lian. He once again rushed towards Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng saw his gun disappear in the air, feeling bad, run away immediately. Sure enough, the next moment, the spear fell from the sky like lightning and plunged into his original seat. Xiaohaodun drew his spear to attack. Li Chengfeng Jianqi blocked Xiaohaodun. Royal God Dance Flower, wards off war swords, get up close and personal. Li Chengfeng was overwhelmed by the speed of the shot, and he fell behind in the fight. Even if the sword key is played between the moves, it can also be easily resolved by the opponent. Li Chengfeng could barely draw with him by opening Dong Yin's way. However, this trick cannot be activated for a long time, otherwise, there will be excessive accumulation of hormones in the body. It has a great influence on the battles that follow. Dong Yin Candle Way, retreat. Li Chengfeng can't stand the world's best marksmanship at 2000 speed. The left shoulder was stabbed, the right leg was beaten, and he was hit one after another. Xiaohaodun smiled proudly and said, "You've got 2 strokes, but compared to me, it's far worse." Li Chengfeng understands that close combat with Xiaohaodun is not his strong point. The world's first marksmanship is really not covered. You have to keep your distance and use key tricks. Use a move, quick bounce back jump, to spread the distance. Xiaohaodun is in hot pursuit, swords trembling in bursts. Her sword key is too fast, too close. Xiaohaodun couldn't dodge either, so he had to use Yashin Wuho to guard against it. But while he made this move, the speed of closing the distance will be much slower. Therefore, it is impossible to shorten the distance in close combat with Li Chengfeng had no choice but to shoot at Qi. The other pursuers who came with Xiaohaodun did not attack together because Xiaohaodun is absolutely strong. The generals are singled out, and the soldiers will not intervene at all. Fighting Qi, one-on-one, Li Chengfeng is not afraid of anyone. Xiaohaodun's Qi is level 26, the power is greater than level 20. For each level of internal strength, the power of ki increases by 5%, level 6 higher, the power is 1.34 times but his ki is a green shiny wooden ki. And Li Chengfeng's main ki is the golden ki. The power factor of Jin ki is 2.0, the power factor of shiny wooden ki is 1.4, therefore, the Jin ki is 1.43 times more powerful than the shiny wooden ki. Therefore, under the face-to-face, Li Chengfeng's sword ki was no less powerful than Xiaodun. Bang 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 bang, dozens of swords and spears fired at the bombing, gold and green interweaving, turbulent. The vegetation between the two shattered. Xiaodun was shocked that Li Chengfeng was not weak. Continuous sword trembling, her hair 3-foot microscopic hair. Xiaodun's spear, it was quickly suppressed by Li Chengfeng's powerful firepower, most of the distance between the two. All fly this golden key. As soon as the green key came out, it was defeated by the golden key. For a moment, the green energy was gone. Bang bang bang. Xiaodun was hit one after another. The 8 times the speed of the high-level double inner alchemy movement key is quite terrifying. Xiaodun with 250 combat IQ, it quickly became clear that Li Chengfeng was not right for key. Melee combat is the only way for him to win. Find ways to distance yourself from Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng knows where his strengths lie, so don't let him get closer. Quick bounce back jump. This trick is quite useful. However, the energy consumption of this move is medium-sized. If it is a single inner elixir martial artist, using this trick requires some key pauses. You can only use it every once in a while, equivalent to cooling time. But Li Chengfeng gives key very fast, basically can achieve uninterrupted use. There is almost no cooldown. Therefore, Xiaodun had no way of getting closer. The two stood at a certain distance, but Li Chengfeng wanted to kill Xiaodun. It's almost impossible. His defense is too high and his speed is too fast unless Li Chengfeng opens Qimendunjia. But this martial art can only use gold key. Only 20% of his key is gold, even if it is a double inner alchemy. The amount of Jin key is only 40% of that of a single inner alchemy. The duration of opening Qimendunjia can only last for 40% of the normal time. Open 6 scenic gates. It can only last for about 6 minutes, and his key move has been rapidly consuming gold key. Not much left. The time it can last is much shorter than 6 minutes. Jin key send a lot, and most of them missed. Solely Chengfeng used oil key to change color. The black earth key becomes the color of gold key. It's an earth key move that looks like a gold key with a power coefficient of 2.0. However, the actual power factor is 1.1. He used this to fool around and save the powerful Jin key under the restraint of ultra-fast key moves. Xiaodun couldn't get close. And he couldn't help Li Chengfeng. 9 minutes have passed. Li Chengfeng calculated the remaining Jinji to go to key to recruit expenses. It takes about 60 seconds to open the view door. Open the door. Open. 39 open. Close the door. Open. Live the door. Open. Hurt the door. Open. Doom. Open. View door. Li Chengfeng suddenly opened 6 dodge doors at one time. Wang wangs. The 7th door of death dare not open easily. After all, opening the door to death has a 50% chance of dying directly. 6. As soon as the dodge door opens, Li Chengfeng's Jin Ki internal strength level is equal to a temporary increase of 6 levels. The original 300 points of internal strength 3-dimensional basic blessing increased to 480 points. Counting various additional internal strength blessings and armors, the 3-dimensional properties of Li Chengfeng become strength 1880 points, speed 1940 points, spirit 1880 points. Runaway mode, but this only lasts about 60 seconds. Li Chengfeng's eyes are cold and handsome. Xiaodun, let you see my strongest strength. Xiaodun was surprised. This guy opened the Qimendunjia at the last time, but what if you open it? I'm also level 26. I'm afraid you won't succeed. Don't be arrogant. Wait for me to take your head. 60 seconds, only 60 seconds of rampage time. Li Chengfeng seized the opportunity, returned the sword to the sheath, and took the initiative to approach Xiaodun. Xiaodun was not afraid at all, came rushing to attack. Chapter 185. Clear the legend. Li Chengfeng's close approach is a move, drawing the sword and killing it. How can Xiaodun escape? Bang! He was hit by 2 swords, and he was instantly knocked into the air. Swords trembling in bursts. Fafaher bang 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 bang. All hits. After 4 seconds passed, the more firm special effect appeared. The 3,300 point physical attack sword instantly doubled to 6,600 points. What about 5,000 defense? Cut the dragon and cut the tiger. Break it for me. Xiaodun's armor cracked. The flesh was torn apart by the Ruyi devouring sword. Can't help but be surprised. This guy can actually break my defense. For the first time in so many years, Someone can break through my armor. Xiahou Haodun couldn't help but flash a look of horror in his eyes. Li Chengfeng's offensive is too fierce, one move after another, the moves are closely connected, and the combos are played. Xiahou Haodun couldn't breathe at all. I can't come back to this tone. He didn't even have room to fight, escape, get away and escape. For the first time, Xiahou Haodun had the idea of running away. He has always pressed the challenger to fight. The first time a challenger beat him, he wanted to escape in desperation. I had to open up the distance. Xiahou Haodun dragged his injured body and fled quickly, not daring to fight against Li Chengfeng at this time. The sergeants who came with him were shocked. General Xiahou was beaten and ran away. This 660 Li Chengfeng is too strong. 35 General Xiahou has never suffered a loss against a challenger 35 yet. Even the person who opened the 8 Aoki Gate dungeon has never let General Xiahou suffer 35. Where's this Li Chengfeng sacred? Drag it. Just delay the time of Qimendunjia. No matter how strong it is, it's just a push. 39 Li Chengfeng wanted to kill Xiahou Haodun, take a lot of legendary achievements, but the other party fled with all his strength, and he couldn't catch up, had to act aggressively. Xiahou Wangba, what are you running? Have the ability to fight me. 35 Too rude. Xiahou Haodun was very angry, but his combat IQ of 250 told him, you can't go head-to-head with Li Chengfeng. You have to wait for his Qimendunjia to disappear. Now Li Chengfeng is in runaway mode. Even though he was rubbing the challenger on the ground all the year round, he couldn't resist Li Chengfeng at this time. Stop! Zhang Liao came galloping on horseback and shouted loudly, General Xiahou, General Li, don't have to fight. The Prime Minister has an order to let General Li pass. Does the Prime Minister know that he killed people on the road? Xiahou Haodun was depressed. How come at this time? Wait, said, a bit longer. Li Chengfeng's Qimendunjia fails, and he will be slaughtered. Zhang Liao, the Prime Minister respects and loves General Li's loyalty and righteousness, and orders the release. He knows everything about passing the pass and beheading the generals. 99 Ugh, Xiahou Haodun sighed. Li Chengfeng also regretted that he didn't kill Xiahou Haodun this time. At this time, it happened that Qimendunjia time had come. I felt that the internal energy was scattered and the limbs were weak. The side effects of opening the Qimendunjia appeared, but 10 minutes have passed smoothly. Sweet Mi Qing, the woman in white and red, hid behind the stone to watch the battle. The woman in white couldn't help but praise, this Li Chengfeng is really strong. I have received more than 4,000 challengers, and I have never seen anyone hold on to Xiahou Haodun for 10 minutes. 5 The woman in red followed, it's really powerful. It's the first time I've seen someone hurt Xiahou Haodun, a sweet joy. That being said, he may really have a chance next year to take us out. The woman in white sighed, you guys are really lucky. A gentleman like him, if he said he would fight for you next year, he would definitely be hard to catch up. The woman in red agrees, yes, we have met thousands of challengers, and there is no good man like him with outstanding martial arts. Mi Qing looked at Li Chengfeng's handsome figure from a distance, a pair of clear and beautiful eyes are full of him. He couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth and smiled happily. Sweet came out from behind the boulder. Let's go, Miss Me. It's time for him to find us. The second daughter went to Li Chengfeng's side, offer him the first boss-level treasure box of this instance. Mi Qing congratulated, Li Lang, congratulations on passing the challenge. Very few people can pass the challenge. 99 Thanks. Li Chengfeng thanked them and walked side by side in the direction of Liu Bei. The ancient road on the dirt road is green with grass on both sides. Wildflowers bloom, the warm spring light makes them look bright and enchanting. Good times. Li Chengfeng's mood at this moment is relaxed and happy. He could see that Liu Bei was in front of him. Mi Qing said, Li Lang, I will always wait for you. Next year, you must remember to come. 99 Gandian patted him and reminded him, must. The two women walked towards Liu Bei. Liu Bei handed the customs clearance treasure box to Li Chengfeng and said, second brother, you have worked hard all the way, Ling. Your internal strength has risen to level 24. Dungeon challenge completed. Obtain the Legend of Orange achievement, level 20 single-player secret realm, 1,000 miles riding alone, legendary mode 81 points. Get a legendary achievement and reward a resurrection card. Li Chengfeng couldn't help but be overjoyed. Easter card. This is a priceless treasure that every legendary achievement rewards have a resurrection card. Even if it is killed in the real world outside the copy, there is also a chance of resurrection. It's like an extra life. Li Chengfeng released the resurrection card from the bracelet to check. Cards glow orange. Resurrection card, orange characters. After the owner is killed, he can revive once in the designated holy station. Money and storage bracelets are not lost when dying. Remaining number of hand changes. 3 times resurrection cards can be traded, but that's just 3 things. Li Chengfeng put away the Easter card. With this, going out into the wild is not so scary anymore. Only 1 life. No, he has 2 now. What's left is the reward for 2 treasure boxes. The boss level treasure box rewards given by Ganmi are mainly top quality equipment, 10% chance to reward epic gear. Li Chengfeng opened the box, 600% burst rate, money plus 122.14 million yuan. Apart from money, there are 5 golden cards and 1 purple card inside, 4 pieces of the best 3-star battle armor parts, about 60 million yuan. A top quality 3-star weapon is worth about 80 million yuan. 1 piece of human level epic battle armor breastplate, about 72 million yuan. The treasure box rewards for customs clearance given by Liu Bei are mainly epic equipment. There is a 10% chance to reward legendary equipment. There is a 1% chance of rewarding divine fragments. Collect all the god level fragments to exchange for god level equipment. Li Chengfeng rubbed his hands. Get ready to unlock this most heavyweight legendary mode clearance treasure box. Chapter 186 Harvest. Refresh the legendary list. Li Chengfeng slowly opened the treasure box. The treasure box opened a crack. A violet light shone through the gap, and there was also a ray of orange light in it. Li Chengfeng took it out and took a look. It turned out to be 4 epics and 2 legends. I was lucky enough to directly open 2 legends because his challenge combined score is 81 points. Excellent performance below 85 points. Therefore, these 2 legends are all human level legends, but 4 epics, all are heavenly. The 6 pieces of equipment are Heaven Rank Epic, Martial Saint Battle Armor, about 930 million yuan. Heaven Rank Epic, Martial Saint War Legs, it is also worth about 930 million yuan. Xianji Epic, Martial Saint Gloves, about 470 million yuan. Heaven Rank Epic Wushan Boots, it is also worth about 470 million yuan. Human Order, Legend 6 General Soul Helmet, about 12 billion yuan. The last one was lucky, it turned out to be a legendary weapon. The price of a weapon is usually the same as a full set of war frames. Human Order, Legend Bow Feather Bow, about 80 billion yuan. Li Chengfeng is lacking a powerful long-range secondary weapon. This bow can be said to be just right, although extremely valuable, but Li Chengfeng decided to keep it for himself with good equipment and weapons. Are you afraid that you won't be able to make money? Li Chengfeng roughly calculated the harvest of this copy, the first 5 levels. Basically there are about 1 billion in revenue if you don't count the 2 pieces of legendary equipment. The income is about 8.3 billion yuan, but he was lucky and directly issued 2 legends. These 2 pieces of legendary equipment alone are worth 92 billion yuan, so in total, the revenue is basically around 100 billion yuan. Of course, this is also due to the benefit of a 500% increase in the explosion rate. Without this buff, in the case of no legendary equipment, this copy may also earn more than 1 billion yuan. But beyond this copy, Li Chengfeng also has a gambling contract worth 180 billion yuan with a great Shaolin temple beyond the copy. Thousands of miles on a single right on the city center square. 5 teleportation giant gates stand tall. Li Chengfeng challenged the legend mode. The freelance sect is clear, and it also gave support to the legendary swords of others and the epic battle armor of heaven. But everyone also knows that the legendary mode is not so easy to challenge. Success often takes years, even decades. Li Chengfeng challenged the legendary mode for more than a month. At first everyone was very concerned about it. After several failed attempts, he gradually, I didn't pay attention to it. I know that this is still a long way off, and I can't expect results in the near future. Therefore, no important people were sent to watch over the entrance of the dungeon. Only the Mu family twins were sent here to assist Li Chengfeng. Order them to report anything in time in the cafe on the edge of the square. The Mu twins were sitting on the sofa by the window. I just sent off 2 men who were chatting up. The sisters continued to study with a tablet. Li Chengfeng went in for several days. They always have to find something to do for themselves while they are here. Mu Xiaobei mainly studies the martial arts and factions of different races. Mu Zhaoqing mainly studies the martial arts characteristics of the major sects and families of the human race. Right at this time, the list of human legends that has not changed in more than 150 years has been refreshed. Riding 1,000 miles alone, legendary mode. The latest challenge succeeded. 0.1 hours ago, Li Chengfeng, Shinzhao Empire, Zion Oyo Skolyaxin challenge succeeded. 1.521 million hours ago, Yingzheng, Qin State, Ying family. Soon there were challengers queuing up for low difficulty dungeons to discover this movement. Fuck. Look, the people around looked in the direction of his fingers. Oh my god, someone has played legend mode. Li Chengfeng, who is this person? Xiaoyao faction, are you right? Can the freestyle faction pass the legendary mode? Really Nima, after 150 years, someone has finally made the list again. The talent of Shinzhou Kingdom, the supreme genius, amazing, extraordinary. Hurry up and take a photo, send it to the circle of friends, and witness the refresh of the list with your own eyes. 5. I lost it. Legendary achievement, wow. For a time, the square exclaimed. A chain reaction soon formed. Hundreds of thousands of people in the entire square were boiling. Some squatted here, the reporters waiting for the big news have bright eyes, excited to the point of almost laughing. A group of reporters and photographers rushed to the exit of the other copy at a sprint speed of 100 meters, waiting for Li Chengfeng to come out. The two Muse sisters who are studying hard. Suddenly I heard a commotion outside. Look up. People in the cafe ran out one after another. 4 flowers. Even the owner of the cafe couldn't help looking outside. Dumbly said, it's not a waste of time for me to open a coffee shop here for 60 years. And today I saw with my own eyes that someone made a list. The sisters suddenly turned their heads to look at the legendary portal of 5-star difficulty. See the latest list. Suddenly as the word Li Chengfeng, the two sisters were stunned. Mu Zhaoqing rubbed his eyes vigorously. I'm afraid that I think too much and see too much. Seeing that it was indeed Li Chengfeng, she still couldn't believe it. Grabbing a passerby who was looking for the list, he asked, who is it written on? Li Chengfeng, which sect? Xiaoyao sect. Are you illiterate? 35 passersby wonder, but soon noticed the Xiaoyao faction badge on Mu Zhaoqing's clothes. 0. There is a sect logo of the Xiaoyao sect on it, and at a glance, you know that it is a person of the Xiaoyao sect. Surprise, beauty, you turned out to be from the Xiaoyao faction. Congratulations. For a while, the people around looked over. It's really from the Xiaoyao faction. Your Xiaoyao faction is in the limelight this time. This heroine, can you tell us what kind of person Li Chengfeng is? Yeah, when did you guys become so good at Xiaoyao? The first place on the list of hell mode is also him. He was only on the list last month, and he actually refreshed the legendary list this month. Mu Zhaoqing cried with joy, couldn't speak for a while. Mu Zhaoqing, brother Chengfeng, congratulations, we saw it. Li Chengfeng, thank you. I'll be out later. Mu Xiaobei blinked and took a photo, then send the photos of the list to the Xiaoyao faction group. Mu Xiaobei, picture, surprised. Big brother succeeded, legendary mode is over. God, the big brother is really a god. Only godlike people can play the legendary mode. Xiaoyudi, it's too boring. Dad, look at, posted, our Xiaoyao faction is going to post. We have legendary achievements. Is this true? Isn't this photo from P? Legendary achievements. There are legendary achievements. We don't know how many places our Xiaoyao faction's ranking will rise. Zhanggan, congratulations to brother Li, who won the legendary achievement Xiao Wanjian. At everyone, all the disciples obeyed the order. Everyone immediately stopped all the work at hand, and followed me to the exit of the copy of the 1,000-mile walk alone to meet brother Li's factory. Chapter 187. The reaction of all parties. The whole party welcomes the head group of the free and easy sect, Wan Changkong, Li Chengfeng. Is he still human? He my Xiaoyao faction will reach a whole new level from now on. Xiaobin, legendary achievement. How many top masters have not been able to achieve in their entire lives, and he actually won this achievement in 1 month. Xiaoyaozi, my achievements in founding the Xiaoyao school are not as good as his legendary achievements. Wu Jianfeng, I never thought that I would send someone to achieve legendary achievements in my lifetime. I really admire it. Compared with senior brother Li, we are too far behind. Xiao Wanjian, people who can pass the legendary mode basically have the strength of the double secret realm in the one-on-one hell mode. Equi, understood. Xiao Bin, understood. Xiaoyaozi, that's right. Wu Jianfeng, got it. Wan Changkong, what are you talking about? Why can't I understand? Himacha, master, something is bad. Bezhi, what's the panic? Kurokicha, I just watched the video and suddenly saw a sudden and important news. Bezhi, what's the big news? Himacha, Li Chengfeng won the legendary mode and rode alone. Bezhi, nonsense, you don't want to joke with the teacher. Himacha, the stakes are very important. How dare you play such a joke with master? You can find out by searching the news online. Bezhi immediately took out his mobile phone. Search for 1,000 miles to ride alone. I immediately saw the latest releases from several major media. After a lapse of 150 years, the legendary mode of walking 1,000 miles alone has been brushed again. 55 breaking news. Xiaoyao faction Li Chengfeng has conquered the legendary mode and walked alone for thousands of miles. Annual major news. The latest legendary achievement comes from the Xiaoyao faction. Shenzhou Empire Li Chengfeng won the level 20 mystery legendary achievement. Clap. His mobile phone fell to the ground. He froze in place, suddenly feeling a sense of darkness. Contract. His own big Shaolin has a contract of hundreds of billions of dollars with him. It's only been over a month. That kid actually won the legendary mode. Why is he? Could it be that someone can't wear the legendary armor of the sky for him? Impossible. Heavenly rank legendary armor. Rent today is calculated in 1 billion. So what happened to his legend? More than 100 billion. By lost to him, monks are not allowed to gamble. He actually presided over such a big gamble. Amitabha, the weight of legendary achievements, comparable to dozens of epic achievements. Li Chengfeng successfully won a legendary achievement. This is a big happy event for the Xiaoyao faction. It happened to be the weekend again. Xiao Wanjian directly arranged for a whole group of people to come to welcome Li Chengfeng home. The huge portals of the copy are all oriented north-south. South is out, north is in. Li Chengfeng teleports out from the south. What catches the eye is a sea of red people. It was followed by the sound of crackling firecrackers on both sides. Li Chengfeng took a look and saw that all the people in front of him were familiar. The head of the 6th generation, Shufu Io, Mu family sisters, Xiao Yudi, etc. Under Xiao Wanjian's special instructions, all the free-spirited people, all dressed in festive red clothes. That was really red hot at this moment. Countless people are taking pictures of Li Chengfeng. The reporters wanted to come in and take pictures, but even if he broke his head, he couldn't squeeze into the line of defense of the happy faction. Xiao Wanjian walked to Li Chengfeng, very excited, very relieved, patted his shoulder. Thanks for your hard work. Li Chengfeng smiled at him. Xiao Wanjian released an orange flower garland from the bracelet and put it on Li Chengfeng's neck. The achievements Li Chengfeng just took are not set to privacy. He knew everyone wanted to see it. You don't need to check the achievements deliberately. You can directly see a string of orange characters floating on his head. Because the legendary achievement belongs to the highest achievement, it is a compulsory display achievement. If the owner does not choose to hide, then everyone can see it no matter what the circumstances. So when Li Chengfeng came out, everyone saw, level 20 single-player secret realm, 1,000 miles riding alone, legendary mode 81 points. The crowd was amazed, so strong, the score has reached 81 points, it's amazing, just passing 60 points is amazing, he actually scored 81 points, damn it. What a fucking bull, it's too dangling, legend mode 81 points, kidding. The last time Qin Huang Yingzhang took this achievement, it seems that he only scored 62 points. It can be said that it was a near miss. Eldest brother is so powerful, he is indeed the first person in my Xiaoyao faction, the mainstay of our happy faction. Even when Xiao Wanjian saw the achievement, he couldn't help but stare. To be able to achieve this score means that life is not difficult. Xiao Wanjian said to everyone, dear journalists, I was tired of sending Li Chengfeng to challenge the secret realm, so today I will answer 3 questions for the time being. I will send a special press conference later. If you have more questions, please send me to consult. Next, I ask 3 reporters to ask questions. Shenzhou Daily 35 Xiao Wanjian specializes in big media. A reporter from China Daily raised the microphone and asked, Li Xiaoxia, thank you for your legendary achievements for our Shenzhou Empire. How long have you been preparing for this challenge? What is the biggest obstacle to this challenge? There are too many people in the square. In order to let the people behind here, Li Chengfeng also uses internal power transmission. It took about a month to prepare for this secret challenge. The biggest obstacle should be myself. Only by constantly surpassing yourself, improve your own shortcomings. In order to successfully pass the challenge, 55 Xiaoyao sent 30,000 disciples to take the lead in applauding. There was thunderous applause in the square at this time. No one entered the dungeon, and everyone was watching the excitement. After all, it is a lively event that only happens once in more than 100 years, and no one wants to miss it. All want to see the style of the legendary hero. Li Chengfeng did not disappoint everyone, and his handsome appearance made everyone praise his talent and beauty. Qintao Xiao Xiao Wanjian also clicked on the media of his own country, Mr. Li Chengfeng, your legendary achievement can be said to be the most important achievement in the history of the Xiaoyao faction. Your status should have long been the first of the happy faction. Have you ever thought about being the new head of the Xiaoyao faction? What do you have to say to your sect after you have won the achievement? Li Chengfeng, I just know how to fight. I don't know anything about management, so I didn't think about being the headmaster. It should not be considered for the next 10 years to be able to win the achievement. I cannot do without the support of the Gate Party. I am very grateful for that, special thanks to Mu Zhaoqing and Mu Xiaobei. It has sorted out many secret realm strategies for me, saving me a lot of trouble. 5. Hearing this, the Mu family twins were very moved on such an important occasion. Li Chengfeng actually mentioned their names. They were overjoyed and flattered. If the father in front of the TV saw it, he would probably be crazy with joy. In fact, it is so. The live broadcast of the interview was playing on the TV of the Mu family, not to mention how happy he was when he heard the names of his 2 daughters. He stood up, clapped his palms, pointed at the TV, and said to everyone in the hall, "Did you hear it? It's Xiaobei and Zhaoqing, and Mr. Li actually mentioned my daughter's name. Ha ha ha. These 2 girls gave me too much face. Ha ha ha." 5. Li Chengfeng continued, "I would also like to thank my girlfriend Shufu Iao for her silent support. Without her, I'm afraid I won't be able to pass the beauty pass." Shufu Iao blushed slightly. "You also know there are a lot of 1.3 tossing people these days." Li Chengfeng continued, "I am also very grateful to all the brothers and sisters for their support. Xiaoyao Pai is my home, and I will accompany my family all the time." 99. Many Xiaoyao sect disciples burst into tears when they heard it. The same is true of the heads of several generations of the Xiaoyao faction. Li Chengfeng obviously can have better choices, join the 12 famous schools and learn the best martial arts for free, but he still chose to stay with the happy faction. It really moved the people of the Xiaoyao faction. Tahoe Media, Master Li, I heard that you are a newcomer. You have only been in this world for more than half a year. You have achieved the highest legendary achievement in such a short period of time. How did you achieve it? Is it because you are very talented? May I ask what kind of talent you have? Li Chengfeng said, "There's definitely talent, but effort is also important. Genius is 99% effort and 1% inspiration." In front of the TV, Edison couldn't help but give a thumbs up and said, "My good fellow, you have stolen all my words. I have to find you another day to learn from each other. By the way, I would like to ask you how to pass this dungeon." Chapter 188. Major Institutions Award Awards, summoned by the Yellow Emperor. After the interview, Xiaoyao sent several leaders to surround Li Chengfeng on the extended version of the HUD car. Then Xiaoyao sent more than 30,000 people. The 10,000 car convoy drove back to the Xiaoyao faction. On every car, the flag of the Happy Pie is planted. All cars are flashing double. There are colorful flowers on the mirrors. The form is vast. Wherever it goes, pedestrians all stopped and watched legendary achievement. It is also a great thing for the entire human race world. This kind of news only happens 4 times a year. Every legendary achievement is a closely watched presence. Li Chengfeng's legendary achievements. It quickly reached the top of the hot search list. It became the hottest topic for a while. Magic University Group 1 by 1. Did you see the news? What news? I see. It's the matter of the great god of wind. Right. It's too good. He even got legendary achievements. Only the world's top masters can get to legendary 24 achievements, and Li Dashan has become a top existence in half a year. It's too long for our newcomer. At Li Chengfeng, congratulations to God. I haven't even started playing dungeons, and he's already on the world stage. This is the gap. It is said that after playing a legendary dungeon, you can earn more than 10 or 2 billion yuan. You can't earn 100 million in a lifetime of struggle, and he has a copy of more than 100 million. I still live in a 10 square meter house, eat instant noodles every day, and make a few thousand yuan for my entire family. According to reports, the great god should be a dungeon equipped with legendary quality. Isn't that a set of tens of billions? I really want to ask the great god, what does it feel like to wear tens of billions of sets of equipment? Will there be an orgasm? When will the great god come back to kill the aliens again? Yes, the aliens have been coming so hard these days. I haven't been out for a month. I don't even dare to open the window, as long as the window is opened. Some ghosts will directly break into the house and kill. You can see aliens at any time outside, and the newcomer area is like a ghost town. I was scared all day long. Many people collapsed. 2 people jumped off the building yesterday. After winning the legendary achievement, Li Chengfeng was so busy. Where can I watch the group news? However, Shu Fuiao looked at it and mentioned it to him. Li Chengfeng really wanted to go back and kill the aliens to upgrade. Last time I killed the aliens, unexpectedly, after a while, there was another interracial affair. Li Chengfeng, got it, I'll go back and have a look when I'm free. Thank God for remembering us, great God. You are always welcome. The award ceremony for the legendary achievement is naturally a special grand occasion the freelance sect had promised before. As long as Li Chengfeng gets the legendary achievement, I rewarded him with a human-level legendary sword that he used before. Xiao Wanjian originally planned to present it to him in public at the commendation conference. This stimulates the disciples within the sect, but Li Chengfeng gave the sword to Ruiyu Devouring Sword long ago, can't give it back to him. Of course Li Chengfeng wouldn't say that he was eaten, otherwise, Xiao Wanjian will probably be depressed to death. 80 billion stuff, just say you sold it. Xiao Wanjian is still depressed, then what am I going to give you? Gotta let everyone have a look. Isn't the great reward for your legendary achievement? Li Chengfeng's black eyes moved slightly, thinking for a moment. Release the human rank, legendary bow Yubo, from the bracelet. This is it. It is also a legendary weapon of human level. You can also take it and go through the process. Xiao Wanjian was stunned and puzzled. Bow. You sold your sword for a bow. Isn't your primary weapon a sword? 99 in this dungeon challenge. The bow and arrow made a great contribution. Li Chengfeng explained a little. Indeed, thanks to 8 parts piercing yang arrows, long range and melee output coordination, he had a relatively smooth life this time. If there's only melee combat, and a person heads up against more than 500 people, definitely quite uncomfortable. Of course, you can't beat the remote output alone. After all, it's not easy to hit the boss. To play this single-player legendary copy, must be omnipotent, must have ranged melee combat. This Li Chengfeng failed 3 times, also realized it. Xiao Wanjian then presented this bow to Li Chengfeng in a major award ceremony. When the disciples saw it, they were all envious. The epic achievement reward is 100 million cash. This legendary achievement directly rewards 80 billion weapons. This handwriting is also really big enough. After all, Xiaoyao School is also the world's #1 catering school, and people take food as their heaven, and the money for food is still relatively easy to earn. The Xiaoyao faction has this capital strength. Xiaoyao Pi has made good profits in recent years, excluding everyone's monthly payment, and other expenses of all sects. The excess money was deposited into the Xiaoyao Pi Development Fund, managed by a dedicated department. This money belongs to the whole free-spirited faction. Even the sect leader or honorary sect leader cannot use it casually. The use of the money in the development fund requires a high-level vote. After the awards ceremony, there was a press conference. 660 Li Chengfeng, the protagonist, naturally needs to be present, received the sect's commendation. There is another 10 annual commendation conference on the Shenzhou Empire. Li Chengfeng, as the only person who won the legendary achievement in the Shenzhou Empire this year, of course, to be on this list it is inevitable to accept the commendation and get some prizes for nothing. During this process, many famous nobles came to visit and get to know him just because of his legendary achievement of 81 points, and it is a single copy achievement. The gold content is higher than the team copy achievement. With this achievement, it naturally means that he has extraordinary strength and is an excellent teammate candidate. After participating in the commendation of China State, Li Chengfeng was notified. Jizuin, the leader of the human race, wants to summon him. This person is the Yellow Emperor, the current leader of the local human race alliance to lead the entire human race. Even the emperors of various countries must obey his orders. During the war, as a powerful human pioneer, during the war hundreds of years ago, he led the human race to kill a piece of the world, to ensure the prosperity of the local people today loved by people. Li Chengfeng and Shu Fuiao wanted to ask him about double inner alchemy before on the spacecraft, but he was never seen in person. Now that he took the initiative to summon him, Li Chengfeng was interested in meeting him for a while. Chapter 189 included in the Hidden Dragon list. The Palace of the Yellow Emperor, located in the Dao Empire. He himself did not create any country, just founded the first sect in the world today, Shyandao Society. Certainly, the Shyandao Society is also an existence that is rich enough to be an enemy country, and strong enough to be an enemy country with 1 million disciples. It is the super sect with the most disciples today. All kinds of martial arts of the sect are the best martial arts of today. Among them, there are 11 martial arts in the top 10 in the world. Heavenly bow shooting, the sun, which contains the first bowing technique in the world. Shinra marksmanship, the second marksmanship in the world, as well as 3 ways and 18 cuts, which is the second sword method in the world, and so on. It can be said that entering the Shyandao Society, you can learn 8 SS level martial arts for free. 2 SSS-level martial arts, and 1 SSS class. It is the dream school of people who practice martial arts in the world. However, if you are not qualified enough, you will not be able to enter the Heavenly Dao Society. At least one needs to be excellent to be eligible to join the Heavenly Dao Association. Therefore, the 1 million disciples of the Cheyenne Dao Society are not ordinary people but the elite of the elite, the combat power of these 1 million people. It can even reach a country with a population of more than 1 billion, such as the Shenzhou Empire. You are Li Chengfeng. The Yellow Emperor above the hall turned his attention to Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng holds a fist. Exactly. I have seen the Yellow Emperor. 35 Wang Di nodded and walked down the steps. Looks like a talent. Very good. Of the 6 billion people I brought from the second universe, you are the first to get the legendary achievement in just half a year. You have achieved this level, which is truly amazing. 5 Li Chengfeng bowed slightly. Thank you, old man, for bringing me into this world. Li Chengfeng is still very grateful for this. After all, he took him to escape the doomsday of Blue Star, into this world of infinite possibilities. If this didn't happen, Li Chengfeng can predict that he is probably still a college student playing table tennis at school, living in a 20 square meter bedroom. I have to go to class every day, and my net worth is no more than 100,000 soft sister coins, and now, he is a billionaire. Wang Di smiled kindly and said, you don't have to be polite, you grow up well, and when my human race is in trouble in the future, you will come forward. And it will not be in vain for my painstaking efforts. 95 99 It can be seen that your talent is extremely high, so I have included you on the Hidden Dragon list. Li Chengfeng was slightly taken aback. List of hidden dragons. He has some knowledge in local people's film and television dramas. This is a list of the Terran Seed Master Protection Plan. Qianlong means the potential dragon among men. The people who make the list are all gifted geniuses, is someone who is likely to become a world-class master in the future, but it hasn't grown up yet and needs protection. Although the Terran is currently not at war, but many alien races are, and the human race, there are also a lot of intrigue and secret calculations for decades. Many human geniuses were killed by unknown attacks inexplicably. The more famous you are, the more likely you are to be attacked. Obviously, there is a black hand behind the secret to prevent the growth of human genius, thereby restraining the growth and development of Terran's high-end strength group. Therefore, the Human Race Alliance specially implemented this Seed Master Protection Plan. That is, the Dragon List. Those who are included in the list will be protected by special personnel, in order to prevent the genius from being persecuted by aliens and dying prematurely. You know, when a real war breaks out, the role of a top expert is often greater than that of an army, so the protection plan of the Seed Master is very important. Investment in this program, no less than a country's military spending. The strength of the bodyguards is also no trivial matter. However, the Dragon List is also divided into levels. The lowest is the Dragon List. In the middle is the Dragon List. The highest is the Dragon List. The higher the level, the stronger the protection force dispatched, the stronger the talent. The higher the level of the list will naturally be send someone to protect yourself. This Li Chengfeng likes it so much. It was simply too much with the protection of high-level masters. There is no need to be afraid of outdoor activities in the future. Cannot help but rejoice. Thank you. Did you put me on the Qianlong list? Wang Di shook his head. A list of earth dragons. Li Chengfeng didn't understand. With his own talent, isn't he worthy of being in the highest Qianlong list? Wang Di still shook his head. No way. The list of people and dragons. Li Chengfeng was a little unhappy immediately. Only the list of people was left. Dare to Qing Huang Di Laor thinks that he is only worthy of low-level protection. Huang Di said, of course not. In addition to the 3 lists of heaven, earth and Ren, the Qianlong list, there is also a list that no one has ever entered. Your information has been submitted to me by the intelligence department. I think you are special, so I put you on the top dragon list. Li Chengfeng couldn't help but be overjoyed. In this case, isn't it the highest level of protection that you can enjoy? Immediately admiring the Yellow Emperor, this old man has lived for 5,000 years, and he is really good at making decisions. Well, you are very discerning. Haha. Wang Di couldn't help but smile. When this young man saw himself, he was neither humble nor arrogant, seems to be very confident. The list of Qianlong currently does not exceed 10 people. It is absolutely confidential to the outside world. I included you in it. You have to fight. Li Chengfeng also laughed. Of course, I don't need you to tell me that I work hard. Who doesn't want to become stronger? In this world where the weak eat the strong, the weak can only be bullied. Well, it's good that you have this consciousness. 99. The Yellow Emperor nodded and walked outside the hall with his hands behind his back, looking at the cloudy sky. The form, Wang's, has become more and more unstable in the past few years. I have a hunch that our human race will have another crisis soon. Li Chengfeng is curious, what kind of crisis? Is there going to be a war? Wang Di sighed faintly. Children, even if there is a war, it doesn't matter to you. As a member of the Hidden Dragon list, your task is to grow up fast. Wars are something that we old men have to bear. Li Chengfeng suddenly felt a wave of respect. It is indeed the first ancestor of humanities, even after thousands of years, still so responsible. My heart is with the children of the human race. Understood, you? Wang Di stopped and interrupted. His expression slightly startled. It seems that some important message has been received on the system and then suddenly disappeared in place. Li Chengfeng was startled suddenly. This is the strength of more than 90 levels. How did he leave? I didn't even see it clearly. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 190 Prestige Soars, Local Tyrants. Legendary achievements are rare. It is a big news in the world 3 or 4 times a year. Some people like to follow, some people don't. For those who don't like it, these news are nothing more than watching those top famous and family performances. However, it was the first time that a marginal sect such as the Xiaoyao sect had achieved a legendary achievement. Therefore, Li Chengfeng's big news can be said to have gained a lot of attention. With attention, someone will naturally know his pure existence, also gained a lot of no reputation. Cognitive state is changing slowly, some remember and some forget. Li Chengfeng's previous reputation was over 50 million, but during the 1-month legendary battle, because few people forgot about him, reputation dropped another 50 million mark. But this time the legendary big news with a gimmick. In one fell swoop, his reputation grew to 500 million. Lin Ya, who recruited him into the Shenzhou Empire, seeing this data in the background, she was dumbfounded. 500 million prestige, which means that he needs to pay 500 million yuan in allowances a month, 6 billion a year. I have to say that the endorsement fee for this ad is a bit expensive. Could not help but doubt, was it the right decision to recruit Li Chengfeng as a citizen? Zhang Bixin has been researching level 19.5 player dungeons recently. Get ready to team up with people to play Legends mode. She has no time to watch 660 news at all, but also quickly learned the news from the teachers and sisters. Shocked inside, but when you think about it, it makes sense. Worked side by side with Li Chengfeng. She knew very well that Li Chengfeng did have that strength. With just a few years of dedicated research, it is not difficult to win the next legendary achievement. This is not expected to be so fast. Zhang Bixin, did you get a legendary achievement? Li Chengfeng, you just know, it's been a few days. Zhang Bixin, I've been busy recently, why didn't you tell me? Li Chengfeng, it's not like you don't know, I don't like to show off everywhere. Besides, aren't you all busy and don't want to disturb you? Zhang Bixin, I won't disturb you. If you have anything or have something to say, just look for me, and I'll get back to you immediately when you see it. Are you still so far away from your sister? Li Chengfeng, I've been busy lately and I haven't been looking for you. It seems that you miss me a lot lately. Zhang Bixin, don't think too much, I just treat you as a good friend. Li Chengfeng, women are duplicitous. I think clearly in my heart, but say no. Zhang Bixin, smelly brother, a bet with a great Shaolin temple. Li Chengfeng will never be forgotten. Li Chengfeng, Master Beizhe, is it time for you Shaolin to fulfill the contract? Beizhe, of course, I will send my promises and never break my promise. Please send Li Shaoxia to my dispatch to get it. It's so fake and beautiful. There is a contract, can you default on it? Li Chengfeng, it's thousands of miles away, I'm too lazy to run, can you just trade it to me? Beizhe, I asked Li Shaoxia to fetch such a valuable thing in person. By the way, I would like to ask Li Shaoxia's experience of passing this copy. Li Chengfeng, oh, the duration of the contract's obligations is 1 year. It seems that Li Chengfeng has to go there. If he doesn't go, it is estimated that the other party can drag on for a year in order to get the set of human-level armor and weapons as soon as possible. Li Chengfeng plans to go there, but I'm a little worried. If the opponent can't afford to lose, run over by themselves, what do they do with their own hands? After all, it is a huge sum of 180 billion, it's not impossible to kill people for the money. I'm only level 24, the third gate of the Great Shaolin Temple today. There are so many high-level masters, no less than 1,000 people can take their own lives with one move. If you face it and do it yourself, no one else will know that the great Shaolin Temple did it. This has to be guarded against even with a resurrection card. Li Chengfeng didn't dare to go there, so I plan to wait until the bodyguards dispatched by the Dragon List are in place. Go with the bodyguard away from Shinedale, who to the great Shaolin Temple happened to pass through the ME school. Li Chengfeng also plans to go to ME. Look at your future wife. I haven't seen her for over a month, and I still miss the feeling of being amazed by her stunning face. Release the fighter from the bracelet. With Shufu Io, I went to the ME school as a guest. Shufu Io, Sister Zhang, we have come to you. Are you, Sebd, at home? Zhang Bixen, okay, welcome. I am familiar with it. Rain in the normal mode copy, and I will go back immediately. When Yi of Wan Jianzhuang saw the news, she couldn't help but open her beautiful eyes. It was him. Look at this introduction. He is only 20 years old. This kid, never heard of his name before. It suddenly became a legend, but it was amazing. No wonder it was so bold to buy a sword. It turned out to be a top legendary master Yuni, Li Gongzi. Congratulations. Li Chengfeng, thank you. I have heard too many congratulations these days. Please leave a message if you have anything, and don't congratulate if you have nothing. Automatic reply. Yibo felt like she hit the wall. I can't help frowning, but now is the time for him to shine. Don't you think it was the same when you got your first epic achievement? There are too many people congratulating, and it is impossible to reply at all. Yai, Li Gongzi is famous now. I want to discuss something with you. Li Chengfeng, what's the matter? Yai, please give us the endorsement of the Sword of Wan Jianzhuang. Li Chengfeng, endorsement, Yuni. Well, you are both talented and beautiful, and you are a heavenly idol talent. If you can help us make an endorsement video, I, Wan Jianzhuang, would like to pay you a one-time endorsement fee of 200 million yuan. Her keen business. I can see that Li Chengfeng is now in the limelight. If he can make an advertising video for Wan Jianzhuang's sales are bound to soar. After all, Li Chengfeng is the swordsman who mainly uses swords. The sword is one of the most commonly used weapons. The audience is very broad. Li Chengfeng, shooting videos is troublesome, right, Yibo? It's not troublesome, it's just a matter of a long time. Earn 200 million yuan for a long time. This transaction is very cost-effective. Li Chengfeng, will the film video be played all over the street? Yi. Advertisements are naturally broadcast widely. Li Chengfeng doesn't want his face to appear in the streets all over the world. Being a star is a very distressing and troublesome thing. Just look at those celebrities who have to wear masks and sunglasses at all times outside to know how inconvenient it is. 200 million yuan is not very attractive to him. Li Chengfeng, no, there is no need to discuss this matter. Yi, good. Li Chengfeng, in addition, help me prepare the heaven-level epic sword, which meets the special effects I requested before. The level is between 20 and 24. I want 10. Yihao's red lips opened in surprise. Heavenly rank epic sword, 10 at a time. At this level, it would cost about 2 or 3 billion yuan per hand. 10 is 20 to 30 billion yuan. This is too tyrannical, isn't it? The order of 20 to 30 billion is so casually placed. His own sect also wanted 200 million yuan to find him to shoot advertisements. Where can people see this kind of money? She suddenly felt that she was embarrassed in front of others just now. His face was slightly hot. P.S. Ask for flowers. Chapter 191. The bodyguard is King Zhao, Changshan Zhaozilan. Yi wondered why Li Chengfeng was so rich. It seems that if you pass a level 20 legendary dungeon, you will earn more than 1 billion yuan unless the last treasure box has a legendary item. Legendary armor is tens of billions, and legendary weapons are tens of billions. However, the probability of opening a legendary armor, the rate is 10%. The probability of opening a legendary weapon is as low as 1%. Wouldn't he be lucky enough to explode straight out of the legendary weapon? Right. Anyway, Li Chengfeng are all people with legendary achievements. Furthermore, it is an old customer. Yuni also took the deposit and went directly to help him with errands. There are only 3 heavenly swords that Li Chengfeng wants, but it can be exchanged in the system with other low-grade swords. The remaining 7 heaven-level epic swords require 21 earth-level epic swords to exchange, and 21 epic swords of the earth level need to be exchanged for 63 epic swords of the human level. 63 human-level epics require 189 top-quality 3-star swords to exchange. However, the top-quality 3-star swords that meet the requirements were sold out by Li Chengfeng before, and now they have not been able to make up much stock. Therefore, more than 500 top-quality 2-star swords are needed to exchange. Grades go down. It takes more than 1 million ordinary swords to exchange them with a lot of work. Ye Zhuan immediately set up a special collection and exchange team collect all the swords that contain the attributes Li Chengfeng needs to exchange. People soon discovered that it was very difficult to buy a sword that could increase the speed of the sword. Qiwan Jianzhuang's team is professional and efficient. In less than a week, more than 1 million swords were used to exchange the 10 heavenly rank epic swords that Li Chengfeng needed. Finally, Li Chengfeng was offered 28.2 billion yuan. Li Chengfeng didn't get the armor set of Great Shaolin for now. Can't give money for now. Li Chengfeng has been waiting for bodyguards in ME. Just when he was impatient, he received a system prompt. Zhao Yun applied to add you to the address book. Do you agree? Li Chengfeng was taken aback. Zhao Yun, could this man be Zhao Zilin from the Three Kingdoms period? Agree. Zhao Yun, are you Li Chengfeng who recently won legendary mode and riding alone for thousands of miles? Li Chengfeng, it's me. Who are you? Zhao Yun, I am the pioneer of the human race. Zhao Zilin really pioneers, that is, the people who came here earlier than the humans in the first universe belongs to a very good historical figure. It was spotted by the holy station and brought to this world in advance. Li Chengfeng, Zhao Yun, you were included in the list of Shenlong, and I was ordered to protect you for 1 year. Where are you now? I'll find you. Li Chengfeng was surprised. Are you really Zhao Zilin from the Three Kingdoms period? Zhao Yun, exactly. It seems that you know me too. Li Chengfeng is overjoyed. He even sent Zhao Zilin to be his bodyguard. Wang Di is too sensible. Think back then when Zhao Zilin carried a baby. Among the 100,000 troops, 7 entered and 7 exited, as if entering a land of no one, and finally escaped, and still without inner strength. It can be said that among the 5 tiger generals of Shu, Zhao Yun's protection ability is definitely the best. Li Chengfeng is quite satisfied with this, with Zhao Zilin, a pioneer who has lived for more than 2 years, to protect himself. That couldn't be better. Immediately sent him a location. Soon I saw Zhao Zilin in ME. Zhao Yun got off a white Ferrari sports car, wearing a white t-shirt, jeans, and casual shoes. He looked like he was in his 20s and was over 1.9 meters tall and majestic. Heroic, is a handsome and extraordinary handsome guy. A little insight can see his information one by one. Name, Zhao Yun. Internal strength level 75. Zhang Bixin was surprised when he saw it. Wang Xia. Zhao Yun, a person whose strength can be called the king's side. He was actually sent to be his bodyguard. She is also on the Qianlong list. Before it was a list of people and dragons. There is a person over 40 in the dark who is protecting her since the last epic achievement. She was promoted to the Earth Dragon list. There is a person over 50 who is secretly protecting her. She thought Li Chengfeng was on the Qianlong list. There will be more than 60 levels of hero protection. She never thought that she was a Wang Xia, which was beyond her expectations. The little face was stunned. Didn't you enter the Qianlong list? Li Chengfeng said. 1 level higher than a Qianlong 35. What list is that? Why haven't I heard of it? Confidential. When Shu Fuiao saw Zhao Yun, she couldn't help but whispered, wow, this is Zhao Zilin himself. He's even more handsome than in the movies. Am I handsome? Of course not half as handsome as you. The 4 meet each other. Zhang Bixin clasped his fist. I have seen King Zhao. 99. Zhao Yun is a member of several Knighthood Alliance countries. China is also one of them. The rules of the rivers and lakes are that when you see someone who is taller than yourself, you should take the initiative to say hello. Li Chengfeng holds a fist. It's better to be famous than to meet. General Zhao, it's a pleasure to meet. 4 flowers. Zhao Yun smiled slightly and said, nice to meet you. Being a general was thousands of years ago. I am now the king of the Dahou Empire. You can call me King Zhao, or King Yun out of respect for the elderly. Li Chengfeng has no comments. Then King Zhao, Zhao Yun, I also heard about you recently. In 2 months, I conquered the legendary mode and rode alone for thousands of miles. It took me 20 years to get through this secret realm. 35. Li Chengfeng is happy. In this way, Zhao Yun is also a master who can pass the legendary mode. Humbly said, better luck. 35. Zhao Yun's eyes stopped for a moment on Zhang Bixin and Shu Fuiao, clearly smiled and said, it's no wonder that your life is so smooth. It turns out that there are beautiful people around. 99. Zhang Bixin and Shu Fuiao were indeed around Li Chengfeng at this time. 0. Hearing this, I couldn't help but blush, isn't it? Otherwise, Marangun will be very sad. Zhao Yun also sighed and recalled, indeed, I should have passed the 10th year. I brought my 2 concubines out, and after the secret realm was enhanced, it took me another 10 years to finally succeed in the challenge. Li Chengfeng was startled. Inner person. Zhao Yun still kept some of his old habits when speaking, and he was afraid that he would not understand, so he explained, "It's the wife." Li Chengfeng was surprised. "I can't think that a hero like Zhao Yun can't pass the beauty test. Some wonder if the NPCs in the dungeon can be brought out to live like normal people." Then asked, "Your wife was brought out from the thousands of miles to ride alone? Can you live a normal life, as a visitor?" Zhao Yun understands Li Chengfeng's questions and concerns about NPCs. He also thought a lot at first. I would be interested in answering him. "Well, after being married for decades, they gave me a few children. One died of old age, and the other got a good future and divorced me." Li Chengfeng asked again, "Then, are you still alive?" Zhao Yun looked at Zhang Bixin, who was wearing the uniform of the disciple of the MAE school, but didn't say anything. Zhang Bixin understood and said, "Alive, in our MAE, one of the 7 fairies of MAE." Li Chengfeng understands, so to speak, the bodies of Ganbian and Miqing are not much different from normal people. It's just the memories and experiences they had in the past. I don't know if it's true or not, or just a piece of data written to the brain. PS. Ask for flowers. Flowers with less than 5 digits do not look good. Chapter 192. A trip to the Great Shaolin Temple. See Zhao Yun. Li Chengfeng couldn't help but invite him to a meal, and everyone got to know him in the future. We will rely on his protection, so it is appropriate to entertain him. The two exchanged some protection matters. Usually when there is no abnormality, Zhao Yun is far away. Faceless covert protection so as not to scare the snake, and scare away things that are not good for him. The real good protection is to prevent problems before they happen. To annihilate the enemy, fundamentally killing all those who want to protect the target, is the best protection. Therefore, the protection of the Qianlong list is mostly covert protection. Only show up in dangerous situations. Li Chengfeng just needs to tell Zhao Yun wherever he goes. Others, Zhao Yun's food, clothing, housing, and transportation. He does not need to care. He will be there when needed. When not needed, he does not affect the normal life of 660 Li Chengfeng at all with Zhao Yun. Li Chengfeng also boldly went to the Shaolin Temple to get the spoils by Zhi received him very politely. Take him around the side of the Great Shaolin Temple. The Great Shaolin occupies an extremely wide area, and a sect is equivalent to a city. The architecture of the party is unique, and the landscapes, temples and incense altars everywhere are gilded. Wherever he went, it was splendid. Even the avenues of the Golden Palace are paved with gold bricks. Li Chengfeng sighed secretly. It really is the extravagant style of Buddhism. He didn't understand what Baizi took him around in Shaolin. Are you looking for an opportunity to do it? Don't make it in your own pie. After visiting the Great Shaolin, Baizi brought Li Chengfeng to the parlor for tea. Young Master Li's talent is truly enviable to the world. We have seriously considered the conditions you mentioned last time. All the best martial arts in the world can be obtained for you. However, if there are too many martial arts, it is only complex but not refined, and too much is not true. A martial art that is number 1 in the world, but it takes hundreds of years to practice. Let me give you the first swordsmanship in the world. If you can practice to perfection, I'll give you another martial art, and so on. After practicing, it will give you new. What do you think? Li Chengfeng can be considered to understand. It turned out to be nothing to worry about. This guy came to the Great Shaolin Temple with himself, not for killing people. Instead, he did not give up and still wanted to accept himself as a disciple of the Great Shaolin Temple. Indeed, the senior management of the Great Shaolin Temple paid special attention to the introduction of such high-end talents. After learning that Li Chengfeng won the single-player Secret Realm in the legendary mode within a month, even more determined to bring him into the door. Such a genius is bound to be the king of martial arts in the future. Being able to bring a king into one's own family costs hundreds of billions, even trillions of dollars. The best martial arts in the world are extremely rare. Every time the dungeon is rewarded, everyone is recycling it, but it's not impossible to buy. There is nothing in this world that money cannot do. If people recycle more than 100 billion, they will bid 200 billion. If they recycle 200 billion, they will bid 300 billion. Those who sell martial arts are naturally sold to those with high bids. The 180 billion weapons and armor of the Shaolin Temple are all willing. How can I be reluctant to buy a copy of the world's #1 martial arts? No matter how fast Li Chengfeng learns an SSS-level martial skill, you have to study for 10 or 20 years. The idea of the big Shaolin people is to use a martial art to trap him first. After that, we will talk about it later. Li Chengfeng shook his head. Baizi hesitated, thinking that Li Chengfeng would agree, so he said, "Then what does young Master Li mean?" Li Chengfeng was expressionless. "It's not interesting. I'm here to get my armor and weapons, not to talk about entry requirements for you." Baizi was in trouble and turned to say, "Do you want to acquire these martial skills at one time?" That's not impossible. I'll ask the sect master for instructions. Li Chengfeng rolled his eyes. Is this old monk unable to understand human speech or what? There is only one chance, and it has been given to you at first. I was very serious about the conditions. It took me a long time to understand my own mind. In the end, I told you, but you said I was arrogant. He knows. At the beginning, a few words offended this young man. The head has an order to bring Li Chengfeng into the family no matter what. Had to laugh and say, young Master Li, the old man has eyes but no pearls and doesn't know you don't take it to heart. My Shaolin Temple really appreciates you very much, willing to provide you with a development platform. We are number 3 in the world. Who in the world doesn't know the majesty of my great Shaolin? Kurokicha looked dumbfounded from the side. He had never seen his master speak to the younger generation so kindly. When the great Shaolin Temple accepts disciples, others are kneeling and begging the great Shaolin Temple to accept. When I met this Li Chengfeng, I wanted to ask him to join me. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this happen. A visit to the great Shaolin Temple just now, although there are many beautiful scenery, but Li Chengfeng didn't like the extravagant atmosphere of the sect. A group of monks are like local rich or nouveau riche. Let's just say that Humacha, a necklace of gold balls the size of a ping pong ball hangs around his neck so much like something. It can be said that he has a very bad image of this sect, so let him join the great Shaolin. He is very refused. However, he still enjoyed the apology from the old monk. Baizi, are you apologizing to me? Baizi smiled and said, yes, I will pay you. No, saying you are crazy is because I have no knowledge, and because I have no eyes. Kurokicha looked surprised. If you said that it was a good voice just now, well, it's definitely humbling. Now a dignified hero in his 60s, he actually humiliated a person in his 20s. 1.3 He who is called a filial disciple can't stand it anymore. Li Chengfeng, what exactly do you need to be willing to join our great Shaolin? What are the conditions? You can tell me directly. Li Chengfeng glanced at him. Give me my equipment and weapons first. He took out the equipment card and weapon card and traded them to Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng put the human-level legendary armor and human-level legendary weapons into the storage bracelet. More than 100 billion things. You can feel at ease when you put them in your bag, he said. Thinking about conditions is a very tedious thing. After all, you have to know what you want. Not a simple matter if I finally come up with terms and you don't agree. Would that be a waste of my mind? So I want 1 billion yuan to think about the conditions and hard work. After paying this hard fee, we will give you the answer within a week. Quotation mark. Chapter 193 Conform to the actual conditions. 1 billion yuan, $1 billion just to know the conditions. Himacha almost couldn't hold back his scolding, which was like a lion's mouth. Although the weapons and armors are worth 180 billion, but that is a contractual obligation, and it is impossible not to give it, and this 1 billion yuan is extra, just to buy an answer to the question. Even if you know the answer, you still don't know what the harsh and cannibalistic conditions are. Seeing that he hesitated, he gave an answer for a while. Li Chengfeng also doesn't want to waste time with them. Let them think for themselves. After thinking about it, you can buy his heart with money at any time. Li Chengfeng is about to go back to Zioao when Baizi turned around. He asked the host of the great Shaolin Temple, what the other party means is that since 180 billion has been spent, why should you care about the 1 billion yuan? Even if it costs trillions, it is necessary to get such a shocking genius as Li Chengfeng. Baizi received 1 billion yuan from the accountant. I'm still very careful when dealing with Li Chengfeng. After all, it's a $1 billion deal. There must be a convincing explanation for the party. You can't just spend it indiscriminately. He asked Li Chengfeng to sign the contract. Ask him to seriously consider and evaluate the conditions for his willingness to join the great Shaolin Temple according to his actual situation. Do not exaggerate. Do not perfunctory. Otherwise, the resurrection card he obtained from his legendary achievement will belong to the great Shaolin Temple. Sign. 1 billion question. It's not impossible to think about it. Li Chengfeng asked himself many times. Finally there is an answer. Condition 1, including 20 SSS martial arts. Many skills do not overwhelm you. Li Chengfeng really wants to learn many top martial arts. With his talent and the speed of progress obtained by signing in, it is not a problem to learn more martial arts. So this is the actual situation. Condition 2, I want a set of 29 level heavenly rank legendary battle armor. Li Chengfeng's epic of wearing the sky is a little hard to play. I want to play dungeons more easily, so I want a set of legendary battle armor. This is also practical weapons. Li Chengfeng does not need so much. After all, He has the wish to swallow the sword. Just go to the dungeon and swallow the boss's sword. If buying a sword is too expensive, it's a waste. Reluctant. This is practical. Just these two conditions. Basie saw the first condition, almost did not curse. 20 SSS level martial arts. Even if it is cheap, it will cost more than 2 trillion yuan. When seeing the second condition, he cursed Li Chengfeng in his heart. Xianji legend. What kind of international joke? Although the attributes of the legendary armor are not very different. But because the higher the rarity, the rarer is more expensive. Human level legendary equipment needs 10 pieces to exchange for earth level legendary equipment, so the price is 10 times. Earth level legends also need 10 pieces for heaven level legends, which is also 10 times the price difference. The value of a set of 29 level heaven order legends is about 16 trillion yuan. This is the holy station currency, not the ghost currency. You know, in the Saint Station Mall, it only costs 15 yuan to buy a pound of pork. This is enough to buy 1 trillion caddies of pork. Even if 100 million people eat a pound of pork a day, it is enough for 25 years. By ZH, I couldn't help cursing and said, "Little bastard. Aren't you trying to make things difficult for people? Do you call this a departure from the actual situation, to spend 1 billion yuan to buy such an answer? Wait for me to execute the contract and take back your resurrection card." There is a resurrection card, giving 181 billion, and it is not a loss. Basie turned out the contract and executed it according to the contract. If Li Chengfeng does not give conditions according to the actual situation, and give exaggerated and perfunctory conditions, his resurrection card will be automatically traded to Basie. If Li Chengfeng does not have a resurrection card, his life will be reduced by 10,000 years. Basie executed the contract, waiting for the resurrection card to be automatically traded. Then he took the card and handed it over to the master. This is also an explanation to the above. He has tried to activate the contract before. In less than a minute, the contents of the contract will be executed. However, a minute has passed, 5 minutes have passed. However, he has not received the resurrection card that was automatically traded. Basie frowned. What is the situation? What about the Easter card? Why haven't you come yet? Could it be that the guy was killed suddenly? That resurrection card was consumed, and now he has lost 10,000 years of life and died suddenly. By ZHI, how are you? Li Chengfeng, very good. Thank you for your billion. I'm thinking it's better to buy something with it. Basie, Li Chengfeng is fine. It was like nothing. Could it be that the exaggerated conditions he gave were based on the actual situation? Does he need so many martial arts to learn? He is a level 24 person. Is it appropriate to wear a legendary legend? That kind of armor is only qualified to wear by top masters with more than 10 trillion walking, and only level 24. Should people be stared at every day? Don't say alien. That is, the human race saw that he was wearing a dozen trillions of equipment, and he was only level 24, and he wanted to kill people and get rich. Is this actually true? If Li Chengfeng knew he had these questions, surely he would be merciful and tell him that was the reality. Protected by level 75 legendary master Zhao Zilin. It is no problem for Li Chengfeng to wear the Legend of Heaven when playing a copy, as long as he doesn't wear it to go out and show off. The armor obtained from Da Shaolin is level 20, although it is a set, it is more valuable than ordinary parts, but unfortunately it only applies to 2029 level copies and it's level 20, which is the lowest level. It's okay to use it in level 21 and level 22 dungeons, higher level, at level 23, its attributes are only equivalent to the 23rd level epic. At level 24. Its attributes are only equivalent to 24-level human level epics. Obviously 100 billion things. It looks like 4 or 5 billion battle armors. Therefore, the scope of application of level 20 armor, just a pursuit of extreme 660 attributes of the 20th and 21st level copy. Of course, there are still more copies of level 20, level 20 single-player copy, level 20 duo dungeon, level 20 10-man team copy, level 20 100-person team copy. If you make money, the higher the level, the better. But for Li Chengfeng, or more and better copies that can be applied, because he wants to achieve success. After all, a legendary achievement has a resurrection card. The value of the resurrection card is more valuable than what he gets with a 600% burst rate. Therefore, Li Chengfeng intends to exchange it for a level 19 human level legendary battle armor that can be used for levels 10-19, but he didn't know which sect to change. A level 19 armor is worth a lot more than a level 20. Go to Zhang Bixen and ask if ME can be changed. The answer is no change, even if you give money in addition. I found some sects on the internet, and if I changed them, I would have to give an additional 15 billion yuan. At this time Xiao Yaozi came to visit. Seeing that he was troubled by this, he said, Level 19 armor is more useful than level 20. It's normal to be expensive. If you exchange with outsiders, you will have to add more than 10 billion yuan. But I have a friend from Yijiman, owes me a favor in the early years. I'll help you find her to replace it, which may save a lot of money. Li Chengfeng's eyes flashed. Yes, then can you help me? Xiao Yaozi quickly agreed. Of course, we are all a family, and we should help each other. Chapter 194 Balance of 10 billion, monthly income of 700 million. Yijiman is a sect that specializes in the battle armor business similar to Wanjianzong. It also belongs to the top 500 sects in the world. It's just that they operate a battle armor. Xiao Yaozi, as a person who has lived for hundreds of years, the network is quite wide. He has a deep friendship with the head of Yijiman, and the other party owes him a big favor. After Xiao Yaozi said it, Yijiman quickly agreed to change the armor. The level 20 humanoid legendary suit will be replaced by the level 19 humanoid legendary suit. However, an additional 6 billion yuan difference needs to be paid. This price is much more cost-effective than the more than 10 billion Li Chengfeng consulted before. I was planning to pay. However, the second-generation head Wan Changkong, the third-generation head Yiqui, and the fourth-generation head Xiao Bin took the initiative to contribute to this matter. In the end, Li Chengfeng didn't spend a penny. I switched to level 19 legendary armor with a wider role. Li Chengfeng didn't know what to say. Why do you have something to do with yourself? Several honorary heads are more active in running errands than anyone else. Made him a little embarrassed. On the private plane back from Ikemen, Wang Changquang smiled and asked, when is senior brother Li free? How about we go to the level 19 5-player dungeon? Yiqui followed. Well, this year's level 19 dungeon hasn't been played yet. With senior brother Li here, I believe we will be able to do everything in our favor. Xiao Bin also laughed. Playing a copy? It is definitely not playing the normal mode, nor is it playing difficult and super. To their ability, these modes play casually. Li Chengfeng understands that they are referring to hell mode. I want to take them to the achievements. Seeing that they are so filial to their senior brother and saved more than 10 billion yuan, Li Chengfeng decided to take some time to challenge them to level 19 dungeons anyway. He also needs to play this copy, need to team up with people. It happened that the four of them wanted to fight, so it was better to form a team with them. Save yourself the trouble of looking for people outside. Furthermore, being able to bring 4 epic achievements to the sect is also a great merit. Okay, just these few days, I'm free, I'll call you. 35 Xiao Bin is happy. Okay. We are ready and waiting for you at any time. Although the 4 of them are hundreds of years old, however, the martial arts that I have learned are not enough. Although the internal strength is high, the martial arts are not very good. Playing a copy of super mode, they do it with ease, but playing hell mode, it is very difficult. After all, the gap between the two models is not small, and Li Chengfeng is someone who can pass the legend mode, and it is also a legendary mode of a single copy. Single-player legends are the most difficult of all legends, but Li Chengfeng can get 81 points in achievement. With his strength, I believe that it should not be a problem to challenge the hell mode with the 4 old people who can easily pass the super mode. It looks like the legendary human-level sword that Li Chengfeng harvested at the Great Shaolin Temple is worth 80 billion yuan. However, its special effects are different from those required for Ruiyu devouring sword. To swallow it up is to waste its original special effect. Therefore, Li Chengfeng decided to sell it and hold the cash. Wouldn't it be fragrant to put tens of billions on your body? This sword, the ME faction wants to collect. The price is 77 billion yuan. It's a big deal. Li Chengfeng didn't make the decision casually. Turned to consult Wanjianzong. They are a martial art that specializes in buying and selling swords. Li Chengfeng, Human Order, Legend King Kong Demon Hunter Sword. How much did you pay for this sword? Yibo was shocked when he saw the weapon information posted in his chat. Legendary sword. Yizai, do you want to sell this sword? Li Chengfeng, yes Yuni, we accept, about 76 billion yuan. Li Chengfeng, ME offered me 77 billion yuan. As your old customer, you will give me this price. Yi Hao, the price is already very good. After all, there is a handling fee between buying and selling, and such a sword cannot be shot in a short time if it is placed in the library. Tens of billions are placed, and some interest must be calculated. Li Chengfeng, do you want to cooperate in the future? Yibo understands that he is a big client. If you lose this client, I'm only afraid that I will make less money in the future. The Wanjianzong family is not the only one doing sword business in the world. Yai, well, you are an old customer with me. I will give you the highest purchase price, 78 billion. You can ask casually, there is absolutely nothing higher than this price. If there is, I will make up 2 billion for you. Li Chengfeng also knows that level 20 swords are not so easy to buy. If more than 70 billion is used for investment, the annual rate of return has to be 3% anyway. If they bought it back and put it in the warehouse and couldn't sell it for a year, it would mean a loss of more than 2 billion yuan, so this price is really good. Yi Bo still showed the sincerity that he should have. Li Chengfeng, make a deal, deduct the 28.2 billion of the 10 heavenly rank epics, and trade with me when you are ready. Yai. Alright, Mr. Li. Li Chengfeng then sold the weapons and equipment he had obtained in the legendary mode before. It includes a human-level legendary armor helmet worth 12 billion. After the transaction with Uni, the cash in his account reached 70.54 billion yuan at the end of the month. Again, Shinzhou Empire issued a prestige allowance of 560 million yuan. The Xiaoyao sect issued a monthly payment of 140 million yuan to its disciples. The total balance becomes 71.24 billion yuan. It feels good to have more than 70 billion in my body. Ferrari sent someone to sell. Their martial art recently launched a top legendary supercar, Ferrari FXXK, only for those who have the legendary achievement, Wangs, to buy. The performance surpasses the previously released Rafa. In appearance, it is in the same line as Rafa, but it is more sporty and pursues speed oil key mix. 100 km acceleration in 0.5 seconds, the top speed can reach 900 km per hour, simply fly. This speed is faster than many planes. However, the price is as high as 88 million yuan. Li Chengfeng likes it very much. After earning tens of billions, how can you not buy something you like? This car color scheme has main white and red stripes and main red and white stripes. Both colors are quite nice. Li Chengfeng did not hesitate, directly ordered 2 cars, one for each color as a lying down do nothing. For people whose monthly income can reach 700 million, buying 2 favorite cars for a quarter of your monthly salary is really a small thing within your means. This chapter contains pictures. Click the illustration button in the lower right corner of the screen to view the pictures. Chapter 195, Hell Mode, Level 19-5 Player. Sign in, Ling. Sign in was successful this week. Choose one of 3 rewards. Reward 1. The speed of internal strength improvement is permanently increased by 100%. Reward 2. Martial skill progress speed increased by 600%. Reward 3. Randomly reward a martial art. The quality is not guaranteed. Li Chengfeng was slightly surprised by the reward. 100% is permanent. Compared with a 600% increase in 1 week, you can earn it back in 6 weeks. In the long run, this choice is quite cost-effective. Therefore, Li Chengfeng chose reward 1 without hesitation. Odd-numbered tires have a 5-man party dungeon. Level 19 Evil Insect Catacombs is a dungeon that Xiaoyao sent several honorary leaders to challenge Li Chengfeng. This is a copy of the Zerg. The entrance is located near the Zerg concession on another continent of Jupiter. It is more than 15,000 kilometers away from Xiaoyao Pi. During this period, it has crossed many alien concessions and wild areas. It's more dangerous to go there. Generally, someone wants to challenge this copy will choose to leave in the early morning of Saturday. Interracial fighting is prohibited on weekends. It is safe both in the wild and in alien concessions. However, the honorary heads of the Free and Easy sect were all 660 level masters. In addition, Li Chengfeng and the legendary master Zhao Yun are secretly protected, so it doesn't matter if you don't go out from Monday to Friday. Li Chengfeng doesn't have the common achievements of the Worm Cave. Go to the Holy Station first to win the normal mode achievement. Otherwise, you will not be able to enter the hard mode portal. Xiao Yaozi, Wang Changkong, He Kui, and Xiao Bin were waiting in battle, knowing that Li Chengfeng did not succeed, and this kind of difficulty mode doesn't need him at all. So as soon as you enter a copy, Li Chengfeng swung his sword and killed a small insect soldier in seconds, which is considered to be participating in the dungeon battle. Then he released his house from the bracelet, eat snacks and watch movies. The other soldiers and bosses are handed over to the 4 of them to deal with. Li Chengfeng stayed comfortably not far from the entrance of the dungeon, and just made an achievement. The 4 heads open up the entire normal mode in less than 2 hours. Then the group flew to the real dungeon entrance of the Evil Insect Catacombs, the hinterland of the Beast Plains continent hard mode. Li Chengfeng still only killed 1 soldier, then just rest at the entrance of the copy, and take the achievement while lying down super mode. In order to familiarize yourself with the subbed environment and enemy tactics, Li Chengfeng followed the process, but he hardly moved. Basically, Xiao Yaozi and others fought very fiercely, out of breath and sweaty. Li Chengfeng, on the other hand, was nibbling melon seeds leisurely. This achievement is obtained. It is called a comfort. It's still a little hard for 4 people to play the 5-player dungeon in super mode, but the 4 of them dare not have any complaints, not even a single word of complaint. They know that now is not the time for Li Chengfeng to take action, although there is no explicit statement, but everyone knows that. They thought about the hell mode, and all depended on Li Chengfeng to take them. Chengfeng once spent 3 years teaming up with others, specializing in the hell mode of this instance. As a result, I couldn't get this copy, not to mention, he also died 8 times and lost 8 years of life, which is equivalent to a loss of 800 million. Stealing chickens is not enough to lose rice, and he will never try this hell mode again. Li Chengfeng took 3 achievements of normal, heart and super while lying down. In hell mode, it's time for him to perform. No copy yet. Xiao Yaozi and others ate 1 million pills, is to come up with the best fighting state. The level 19 epic battle armor suit worn by Xiao Yaozi, Xiao Bin and Hikui. After entering the dungeon, the internal strength was suppressed to level 19, counting the bonus of internal strength and Shenwen. The total 3D average property is 1,230 points, physical defense 1,750 points. The equipment that Chengfeng wears is even worse, and the attributes are not as good as the 3 of them according to information. The average 3D of this dungeon is 1,050 points. Elite Big Bugs average 1,363 points. The average 3D of bosses as high as 1,700 points. After all, it is the boss of the 5-player dungeon, higher than the level 20 single-player legendary boss stats, of course, because Li Chengfeng has a 19th level legendary battle armor suit, with various additional blessings. The strength has reached 1,450 points, speed 1,610 points, spirit 1,530 points. Not much worse than boss in terms of 3D, but the defense is not as high as the boss and his wishful swallowing sword. After devouring and digesting 28.2 billion heaven-level epic swords, the effects are further improved. The sword can be inlaid with 6 spar. Li Chengfeng directly inlaid 4 speed spar. Even if the attributes are suppressed to level 19, the additional speed of the sword key also increased to 1973 meters per second, and the spirit of the boss of this instance is 1,700 points. Therefore, Li Chengfeng's sword key boss within 100 meters could not escape. Although in this copy, Li Chengfeng can't use his level 20 bow, but the Ruyi devouring sword is basically enough. Chengfeng said, "Senior brother Li, I have more experience in this dungeon, so let me direct it." Casual. Li Chengfeng said, "Dark and dry in the catacombs. Some cliffs are fiery red magma. The temperature here is very high, like 50 degrees Celsius. However, the physical defense of the armor includes resistance to many external factors such as radiation, temperature, pressure, electricity, and chemistry, not to mention the temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. Even if the molten iron of 2000 degrees Celsius is splashed on the body, there is no serious problem. The wearer can still maintain his preferred temperature within the armor." Chengfeng was lying behind a dirt wall and peeking at the enemy in front of him. Speak on the team channel. There are 15 Zerg minions ahead, 11 melee, 4 ranged. Brother Li is fast and has good armor and high defense, responsible for bringing them here. We ambushed on both sides of this lane. After they all pass, the 4 of us are going to solve those 4 remotely first, then come back to outflank them and annihilate them. Xiao Yaozi, so good Hikui. This is good. We strive to kill the long range quickly, otherwise it will be very dangerous for Brother Li to drag a group of enemies by himself. Xiao Bin, I agree. I have a remote key cannon. If Senior Brother Li is struggling, just squeak and I will come to help right away. Li Chengfeng, oh, a group of 3-dimensional soldiers in their early 1000s also need to pull around to engage in tactics. The 3-dimensional land defense of these minions are similar to the minions in the legendary mode, thousands of miles alone. At that time, Li Chengfeng's 3D was still lower than it is now, can deal with dozens of minions at the same time. The soldiers of these hell mode have a lower combat IQ than the legendary mode, so Li Chengfeng didn't take these soldiers seriously at all. Do you also need tactics to fight minions? Chapter 196 5 Epic Achievements in One Fell Swoop. Li Chengfeng rushed out when the battle begins. He showed amazing lethality rush into the Zerg minions. When the sword is raised in the hand, the head of a soldier falls to the ground. Of the 15 soldiers, most of them were killed by him before they could react. The 4 heads were stunned from behind. This Nima, a person rushes up in seconds. A dozen soldiers. This is a 5-player dungeon. No, it's a single-player dungeon. This must be too strong. Right, this moment, only the 4 honorary heads who suppressed their internal strength at level 19 knew that. How terrifying the strength of Li Chengfeng, the head group. Xiao Yaozi, what a quick sword. What a smooth sword path. Wang Changkong, they are all level 19. My eyes can't keep up with his swordsmanship equi. Is this the strength of the single-player legend mode? Xiao Bin, this is a 5-player dungeon. Even a group of soldiers needs a few people to work together. He actually killed them all by himself. Wang Changkong, to be precise, it was dropped in seconds equi. It's too strong. I didn't expect that level 19 could be so strong. Wang Changkong, yes, if senior brother Li rises in rank, it will be even more amazing. Wu Jianfeng, what are you talking about? Did the dungeon go well? With him, can you survive? Wang Changkong, I was a little skeptical and worried before, but now, looking at senior brother Li's strength, I think there is a 70% chance. Xiao Wanjian, that's good. You old people, you should have some epic achievements on your head, otherwise you will live for hundreds of years in vain. In the ensuing battle, there were basically no cumbersome tactics. 5 people swarmed together. Just pay more attention to the little soldiers who tipped off. Don't attract too many enemies during the boss battle. Li Chengfeng held the boss first. The 4 honorable huts quickly solved the mobs and elite monsters after the 4 of them solved the mobs. They couldn't help but be surprised again when they saw the battle between Li Chengfeng and the boss in the distance. The battle was fierce. However, Li Chengfeng did not lose out at all. There is even momentum to gain the upper hand. Wang Changkong, this is too strong. He can single out the 5-person secret realm hell mode boss. Xiao Bin, 5 people fighting together may not necessarily win, but he actually has the upper hand. There are such strong men in our Xiao faction. Wang Changkong, with his strength, if he participates in next year's World Martial Arts Conference, he will definitely get a very high ranking. Xiao Yaozi, stop talking nonsense. What drama are you watching? Let's go together and quickly destroy this monster. The 4 went up to besiege. Li Chengfeng can beat boss a little by himself. With the help of the 4 of them, kill the boss very quickly. This copy has a total of 5 levels and 5 bosses. It took 3 days before and after. The next 4 bosses were also beaten by surprise. It's just that during the last boss battle, Wang Changkong, who was not well equipped, was killed with the passage of copies. A beam of golden light fell from the sky on him after the resurrection. Wang Changkong also successfully received the system reminder, Ling. The dungeon challenge passed. Get the epic achievement of purple characters, level 19 5-person secret realm, evil insect catacombs, hell mode 54 points. Wang Changkong was moved to tears. He was thinking about 300 years of epic achievements. And today finally got his wish. Although the score did not pass, only 54 points, but this score can be hidden in any case. In the future, the epic achievements of the purple light can be shown on the head even if this is just a level 19 copy. Li Chengfeng, who has a 100% permanent internal strength improvement bonus, has also risen to level 25. The 4 honorary heads of the Xiao faction said with gratitude and emotion, Brother Li, thank you so much. Yeah, without you, I don't know when we old men and women can get an epic achievement. It is only a genius like you that can lead us useless old men to achieve epic achievements. The back waves of the Yangtze River push the front waves. And you have to obey young people. Li Chengfeng smiled and said, you're welcome. We are all family. It doesn't matter if I work hard. You can achieve your long-cherished wish. We are not in vain. Brother Li has worked hard. Thank you. A few words of thanks are not enough to express. If Brother Li needs help with anything in the future, just say it. After the battle of this copy, the 4 honorary leaders all admire Li Chengfeng. Don't despise him because of his young age. The spoils of this dungeon, in addition to some conventional armor and weapons, also get 2 Zerg language cards. Ask for flowers. This language card is worth about 10 million yuan. After using this card, Zerg language information will directly enter the user's brain. In order to quickly and comprehensively master the Zerg language, it can realize the interaction and communication with the Zerg. Li Chengfeng used one. There are a lot of strange language knowledge in my head. When the copy was sent out, he understood the surrounding Zerg words. These people are so daring. They dare to come to our site to make copies on weekdays. 5. It is estimated that you are very powerful, so you dare to do this, isn't it? You see, people have come out of hell mode, must be an expert. Will they get a lot of money if I kill them? Money. It seems to be 0. Stupid. People's rank is hidden, but it's not revealed. People know how many people's rank? Dare to do it casually. My motherland is level 50, would I be afraid of them? Dude, I'm also level 52, why don't we form a team to kill them together, and then share the proceeds equally? 55. In the swarm, Two Zerg quickly rushed out to attack Li Chengfeng and others. Xiaoyaozi's figure flashed. One sword killed the two Zerg instantly. As a level 78 internal power expert, this kind of thing with more than 50 levels can only be the fate of being killed by him. Li Chengfeng couldn't help sneering. These Zerg are worthy of being the things with relatively low IQs on this planet. I don't know the opponent's strength at all. Seeing this, the surrounding Zerg were stunned and retreated. Daring not to offend, 5 people came to the spacious public highway. Wang Chengfeng released his private jet from his wristband. Xiaoyaozi intercepted the vehicle and left an open runway for the plane to take off. After the plane took off successfully, he caught up with the plane and jumped on it. Usually, attacking such a 5-person dungeon requires attention to staffing. It not only pays attention to the attributes of internal strength, but also pays attention to the collocation of martial arts. Basically, playing such a copy is a team of several famous families. Everyone learned from each other. Rarely have the 5 come from the same sect this time. Once this dungeon is passed, the Happy Sect will directly add 5 epic achievements at one time. Although not as great as Li Chengfeng's legendary achievement, but still a big joy. There is also a grand celebration to come in the factory. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 197, 10 Veins Excalibur, Level 30. Sign in. Ling. Sign-in was successful this week. Receive the reward SSS-level martial art 10 Veins Divine Arrow Basic Chapter. Li Chengfeng is overjoyed. Obtain SSS-level martial arts for the first time. This is the best finger in martial arts in the world. Li Chengfeng opened the cheats and took a look. It turns out that this is a martial art in which the arrow is fired with the fingers. Concentrate the essence of ki on your fingertips. The lethality is no less than that of the ki cannon, and it contains some acupuncture secrets. Hit the enemy's important acupoints. The effect is several times better than that of the ki cannon practiced to the extreme. Able to use 10 fingers to put arrows at the same time. That's why it's called the 10 Veins Divine Arrow. You can kill the enemy with a single finger. This martial arts is a bit cool. Ling. Trigger the follow-up quest of martial arts. 1 pointed enemy 100. Task introduction. Use your index finger to kill 100 enemies. Quest reward, 66 zeros. The first chapter of the stunt of 10 Meridian Sword. For this reason, Li Chengfeng spent 230 million yuan to buy a pair of 19-level human-level epic fist weapons. It's good to make a move empty-handed, but having a boxing glove is better for all kinds of blessings. After 5 days of practice, I have mastered some basics relying on the advantages of battle armor and weapons. Li Chengfeng went to the holy station near the Xiaoyao faction to teleport a level 15 single-player dungeon in normal mode. Minions are brittle after killing 100 minions using the key. Mission completed. Ding. Complete the 1-finger enemy 100 mission. Get the reward 10 Veins Divine Arrow Stunt Part 1. With a stunt, a martial art can be regarded as having considerable lethality. Li Chengfeng opened it. This includes 4 stunts: 1 point flying red, sniper arrow, lion's hu divine arrow, and Ki LV acupoint sealing arrow. Li Chengfeng took a closer look. Every trick thinks of the profound and profound. For example, this trick, 1 point flying red, if you practice it to the extreme, you can gather the essence of the finger ki into a needle as fine as a needle, and when ki's power is concentrated at this point, the penetrating power will be quite terrifying. You can see red at the touch of a finger. Also, because this move has extremely sharp pointing and strong penetrating power, it is the only move in the world that can pierce the dragon's Star Palace barrier. SSS-level martial arts cannot be learned in a short period of time. Li Chengfeng was not in a hurry to get started. It is not too late to practice until there is a martial skill improvement blessing. Sign in. 55. Ling. Sign in was successful this week. Choose one of 3 rewards. Reward 1. The speed of internal strength improvement is increased by 600%. Reward 2. Martial skill progress speed increased by 600%. Reward 3. Mystery challenge explosion rate is increased by 500%. Li Chengfeng's current martial arts are still very useful, rather than just wanting to improve your level, so choose reward 1. And the fastest way to level up, of course, is to leapfrog and kill aliens, but it is very dangerous to go to the aliens' territory. After all, there are also top powerhouses in foreign races. As the saying goes, a strong dragon does not overwhelm the local snake if it is too arrogant in other people's territory, attracting top powerhouses. I was afraid that Zhao Ziling would not be able to carry it. Therefore, It is safe to kill aliens in a relatively safe area, and the human race newcomer area is such an area. Last time, the Magic Capital University group is saying, the newcomer area is not peaceful. Li Chengfeng just went back to upgrade, and also helped them eliminate evil. After talking to Zhao Yun, the two drove their fighter jets to the newcomer area. Since the last time, Li Chengfeng has been arranging his roommate Zhou Wen to collect information on aliens. There are various groups in the newcomer area. Zhou Wen and they entered groups in various communities. Summarize your intelligence information. Li Chengfeng arrived at number 6108 Shang Station. No. 88 community. Zhou Wen and the others have more than 1 million in their hands since they picked up the equipment that Li Chengfeng didn't want last time. The three of them now live in a house with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, and the living room is quite large. Zhou Wen handed the sorted information to Li Chengfeng. Li Chengfeng looked very satisfied. How many aliens are there in each community in intelligence? What are the levels of aliens, when they are generally more active? What is the active route trajectory? This information can be said to be quite complete. There are 6 octopus tribes in number 88 community. It has been entrenched on the roof of 9 buildings for a long time. I am used to sticking to the walls of buildings in the dead of night. Look for poorly shut windows if there is. Sneak in and kill for money. As for broken windows, they dare not. These buildings are the property of the holy station, and the damage needs to be compensated, and these things are precious, and the money to kill a newcomer is not enough to lose a window. Therefore, the aliens are just lurking, constantly waiting for the opportunity for others to relax their vigilance. The levels of these octopuses range from 22 to 28. Li Chengfeng wore the legendary armor and released the Ruoyu devouring sword. Let's give Zhao Yun's branch a word first. Li Chengfeng, I'm going to kill the alien upgrades here. Look at it, Zhao Yun. Just don't worry. He rushed out of the balcony, made a move, swinging straight up, and the sword took him up into the air. Soon came to the top of the 9th building. Sure enough, there are 6 large portable water tanks on the roof. 6 octopus people who like to live in water are immersed in the water tank. Li Chengfeng fell on the roof. 6 alien races had already discovered him and began to wear battle armor one after another. Li Chengfeng was not in a hurry when they released their armor and weapons first. Otherwise, doesn't killing them equal a little loot? Octopus Team Chat Channel, it's a human. He dares to take the initiative to find us. He's only level 25. Come on, human rank legendary battle armor, kill him to death and pay his armor, and he will become prosperous. Run. Anyone who can wear this armor is an expert. Even if it is not an expert, with the attributes of this armor, our good quality can fight him. Li Chengfeng draws his sword. The sword of golden light flies by. The 6 8-claws did not react at all, and were killed in the blink of an eye. However, the sword key swept to the water tank and canopy on the roofing. Damage to public buildings. Money 470,000 yuan. Mom, it's so expensive. Li Chengfeng was a little surprised. This compensation fee is really not cheap. Ling. Kill the aliens to get half of the balance in their account. Money plus 340,000 yuan. The 6 octopus clan has a net worth of only 680,000. Which shows that they are a bit poorling. Your internal strength has risen to level 26, killing 1.36 levels is almost the same to upgrade. Li Chengfeng is very satisfied. This is much easier than upgrading a copy. 100% permanent internal strength improvement blessing, plus 600% of this week's buff. That's a 700% upgrade bonus. The octopus people are equipped with high-quality equipment. The current Li Chengfeng is simply not eye-catching. Then I notified my roommate Zhou Wen and they came to pick up the equipment. The information they compiled is very accurate. Asking them to pick up the loot can be regarded as a return for the accurate information they provide. Then Li Chengfeng went to number 89 community, killed 13 16 to 28 Magic Ball Clan, raised to level 27. After that, I went to more than a dozen communities such as number 87, number 86, number 81. Number 74 in a row. Easily kill all the aliens on the intelligence. He also successfully reached level 30. Chapter 198 Chengfeng Palace is completed and servants are recruited. Where did Li Chengfeng kill? Zhou Wen and the others followed wherever they went to pick up equipment. Although they are all good products, there are very few top ones. But after all, there are more than 100 aliens. After pulling it down, he actually picked up 13 million equipment. Li Chengfeng let them keep it for themselves to improve their lives, but the 3 roommates are not greedy. In the end, I transfer 10 million yuan to Li Chengfeng. They themselves kept only a fraction of 3 million. The aliens here are killed. Li Chengfeng has no chance to upgrade easily. Even if there is, the aliens who come here are not high enough. Killing doesn't provide much experience, so he thought of another way. Li Chengfeng, how about we go to the concession of the alien race to kill the alien race? Zhao Yun, don't be kidding, don't mess with other people's sites. Attract the strong, I can't keep you. Li Chengfeng, go to the weaker alien site, where there are not many strong ones. Zhao Yun, as far as our war continent is concerned, many small alien races have good diplomatic relations with our human race. Besides, even small aliens are stronger than me. Even if not, it must be attached to a powerful alien. Li Chengfeng also understands that it is not very reliable to go to other people's territory to kill. Upgrading has to rely on a copy, 24 as long as there is a 600% internal strength buff. The upgrade is also fast. Sign-in, 35, Ling. Sign-in was successful this week. Choose one of 3 rewards. Reward 1, internal strength improvement speed increased by 700%. Reward 2, the speed of martial skill progress is increased by 700%. Reward 3, mystery challenge explosion rate is increased by 500%. As Li Chengfeng has reached level 30, the inner strength has entered the realm of Wishen. The check-in buff has also become stronger because the recent upgrade is too fast. Li Chengfeng is a little uncomfortable with the inner strength that has suddenly become stronger. After the internal strength is upgraded, whether it is the power of the internal energy, or the amount of ki flow will increase, the moves will also be greatly changed because of this. Li Chengfeng's proficiency in all aspects of martial arts has declined. I have to choose a martial arts upgrade. In order to maintain a high level of martial arts, I choose reward 2. The Chengfeng Palace that Xiaoyao School originally planned to build for Li Chengfeng has been under construction for some time. With the blessing of martial arts, the construction workers' work speed is also fast. In more than 2 months, Chengfeng Palace has been completed. Li Chengfeng can move in after winning the legendary achievement. His sect status has risen by 10,000 points. It is now over 15,000 points. This position is the absolute number 1 of the free-spirited faction, and it is Xiao Wanjian, who is far ahead of the second place. Therefore, he lived in the only palace of the Xiaoyao sect, which was well deserved. The 2-story palace costing 2 billion is very beautiful. Back by the lake, it has its own garden, swimming pool and so on. The building has 2 floors, but the actual height is higher than the 6-story building. As soon as you enter the door, you will be greeted by a large and spacious living room with luxurious decoration. The floor seems to be paved with jade. Li Chengfeng's bedroom alone is more than 100 square meters. The bed is also exaggeratedly large. Sleeping 5 or 6 people at the same time is not a problem. Li Chengfeng is very satisfied with this house. Like it? Shu Fuiao smiled and said, I like it, but it's too big. The 2 of us lie very empty, but we don't have the warmth of a small home. 99. Just get used to it. Or if you give me 2 babies, it will be lively here. Shu Fuiao is jealous. Oh, you want to trick me into giving you a baby? You think so beautifully. My mom and dad haven't nodded yet. 35. Whenever take time to visit the second old man, I believe they will nod their heads immediately when they see me. So confident. I use Qingyang to fly with confidence. A good house is naturally one to live in. However, 2 people are used to living in the small apartment on the double floor. Shu Fuiao also planted a lot of flowers and plants on the balcony garden, so I still keep it, and I can come back and lie there occasionally when I have time to spare. The Chengfeng Palace is not small, and it can be a bit laborious to clean it by yourself. Such a big house needs someone to take care of it. Perry then made an announcement in the large group, now recruiting 3 disciples to take care of Chengfeng Palace and assist in the daily living and other affairs of the residents in Chengfeng Palace. An additional 10 status points are provided while working. There are no restrictions on internal and external disciples, male or female disciples. If you are interested, please apply to the personnel department. As soon as the announcement was made, the group became very lively. Isn't that the one who lives in Chengfeng Palace's senior brother Li Chengfeng? Auxiliary eldest brother is very close to eldest brother. Maybe you can see senior brother Chengfeng every day. I'll definitely see you. I'm in charge of senior brother Chengfeng's daily life, maybe even helping him get dressed. Don't rob me. I'm going to set this job. No way. This job is mine. Isn't this just a servant's job, and you also rob it? Just kidding. If senior brother Chengfeng is so strong, if one day he is in a good mood and gives a few orders, he will benefit immensely. To be his servant, it would be even better than being a disciple of the Ministry of Glory. The chance to get close to the legendary master, let alone a servant. I would also like to be a dog for the big brother. This opportunity is too rare. I'm going to sign up. This kind of work is directly put into a large group, so you can't break your head. Senior brother Chengfeng is someone who can bring 4 epic achievements at one time. If you are in a good mood, it will be a piece of cake to bring 3 outstanding achievements. I am willing to be a cow and a horse for senior brother Chengfeng. I'm willing to do anything for senior brother Chengfeng. Don't be strong with me. Whoever robs me will fight hard. For a time, the personnel department of Xiaopai was crowded. There are too many people signing up. The single-person line was more than a kilometer long. 673. The Xiaoyao sect has more than 30,000 disciples, but more than 20,000 people signed up. Everyone loves the opportunity to be around Li Chengfeng Qinfeng Beilan Group. Mu Xiaobei, brother Shi, the 2 of us must be included in the errand of Chengfeng Palace. Mu Zhaoqing, well, please give us this opportunity. We will do our best to assist you. Li Chengfeng remembers that the 2 of them are the daughters of the martial arts. I actually wanted to do this kind of errand job done by the servants, usually responsible for cleaning, trimming flowers and plants. How can they do this kind of work? Li Chengfeng, no, it seems to be a servant's job. You also want to do it. Mu Xiaobei, I think. Mu Zhaoqing, I miss it so much. As long as it serves you, it is better than anything else. Mu Xiaobei, besides, you are a superior man. Even if you attack you, it is still a superior man's business, and you are not wronged. Mu Zhaoqing, well, I beg you, please do it well. Let's settle the 2 of us. Mu Xiaobei, brother Shi, please, for the sake of us helping you all the time, since both sisters like this opportunity so much. Li Chengfeng also has no reason to reject them. After all, they have always tried their best to help him. Everyone is familiar with each other, and Li Chengfeng also trusts them very much. He is also relieved that they are active in his home. If it was a stranger, he still felt awkward. Chapter 199. The 3 Golden Maids Report. Let the Mu twins be maids. Li Chengfeng was still a little embarrassed. Li Chengfeng, okay, then I'll apologize to you. Mu Xiaobei, no matter what you said, it is our blessing to be able to serve you. Mu Zhaoqing, then you trade the token to me, and we go to the personnel department to say that you have appointed us. Mu Xiaobei, well, to save you the trouble, our mission is to make you feel comfortable and relax. Li Chengfeng couldn't help but smile. The sisters are really cute. Li Chengfeng then traded his identity token to Mu Zhaoqing. Let her take it to work. The sisters took the token to the personnel department. There is Li Chengfeng's own martial art token. That naturally represented his right, and the 2 sisters were settled directly. Only one of the 3 places remains. Xiaoyudi, brother Chengfeng, I'm going to Chengfeng Palace. Li Chengfeng, why do you come to Chengfeng Palace? Xiaoyudi, isn't your Chengfeng Palace recruiting people? Li Chengfeng, Xiaoyudi, what do you mean? Li Chengfeng, even you want to come? He was speechless about this. Xiaoyudi is the precious daughter of the head of Xiao. The daughter of the Xiaoyao faction even wanted to come to her own Chengfeng Palace to do chores. What is this called? If Xiao Wanjian knew that he was using his precious daughter as a maid, so can he not hate himself? Xiaoyudi, of course I want to. It would be nice if I could be closer to you. Li Chengfeng, I'm not recruiting guests, I'm recruiting chores. Can you sweep the floor and brush the toilet? Xiaoyudi, I can learn acrobating. Li Chengfeng, it doesn't seem to be, so don't make trouble for me. Xiaoyudi, wouldn't people be willing to learn for you? You are ungrateful. Li Chengfeng, why am I so ungrateful? Xiaoyudi, your Chengfeng Palace was built for you by my father at the beginning. If I didn't tell you, how could you live in the Chengfeng Palace so quickly? Li Chengfeng, really, when he was building Chengfeng Palace, Li Chengfeng hadn't gotten the legendary achievement yet. It was just another epic achievement. He was also surprised that he suddenly wanted to build a palace for himself. Xiaoyudi, if you don't believe me, go ask daddy. Li Chengfeng doesn't trust her so much. This girl has been very honest recently. I deceived myself that time. Li Chengfeng, that doesn't work either. If you let your father know that I treat you as a maid, that's fine. Xiaoyudi, it's okay, it's okay. Daddy said that he wanted me to learn more from you, and he wanted to arrange me by your side. If he knew that I could be so close to you, he would agree 100 times. That being said, Li Chengfeng had no reason to reject her. However, this girl still has a little temperament. It's probably not that easy to get her to serve her obediently. Li Chengfeng, you can choose you, but let's talk about it. If you can't do the job, and what you do makes me dissatisfied, I have to change someone. Xiaoyudi, yes, no problem. You will be satisfied with the storage. The little girl is a happy one. The last time her great-grandfather Xiao Bin came back after finishing the copy, He praised Li Chengfeng for his extraordinary skills and amazing skills. Xiao Yudi listened. It was called worship. I always regard Li Chengfeng as an idol and a male god. She is very excited to be closer to Li Chengfeng. The Xiao family has already made a decision. Xiao Bin, what do you think of Wang Jian? Li Chengfeng, Xiao Wanjian, Grandpa, do you need to say that? I have never seen someone as talented as him. In time, he will be able to stand on the top of the world. Xiao Bin, what about character? Xiao Wanjian, his character is also good. This kid is quite sensible. Although sometimes a little arrogant, but he has that arrogant capital. Xiao Yaozi, was that girl Yudi who recruited him at the beginning? Xiao Wanjian, yes, Yudi recruited him from the newcomer area. Xiao Yaozi, since this person appears in my Xiao Ao faction, we must take good care of him. Xiao Wanjian, this is natural. Xiao Bin, among us so many juniors, Yudai, the girl who is born, looks very good. Xiao Wanjian, what does Grandpa mean? Xiao Bin, yes, with Li Chengfeng's talent, he will never be satisfied with our Xiao Ao faction in the future. Xiao Yaozi, such a good person needs to have a stronger bond with him. Xiao Wanjian, I turned around and asked the girl what she meant. Xiao Bin, why don't you ask? That girl's eyes lit up when she heard Li Chengfeng's name. Can't you tell? Xiao Wanjian, I didn't notice that. I thought she was still young. Xiao Bin, it's just that he looks a little smaller. He's grown up, and he can be regarded as an adult. Xiao Wanjian, but doesn't Li Chengfeng already have Shufu Io? Xiao Bin, what does it matter? Which strong person is not 3 wives and 4 concubines? Besides, his Chinese nationality is allowed by law there. Xiao Wanjian, understood. Xiao Bin, it's good to understand. You, the old man, should do your best. I don't need to teach you how to do it. Xiao Wanjian, my grandson understands. The 3 places responsible for taking care of the Chengfeng Palace were quickly determined. Mu Xiaobei, Mu Zhaoqing and Xiao Yudi. The 3 were notified by the personnel department to report to Chengfeng Palace. When the Mu sisters saw that the other was Xiao Yudi, they couldn't help being surprised. Even the most precious daughter of sect master Xiao came to do this job. The competition seems to be quite fierce. When Xiao Yudi saw the 2 sisters, she was also slightly taken aback. Brother Chengfeng is also true. How can he just pick a good-looking one? When I saw the 3 of them, Shufu Io couldn't help but stare at Li Chengfeng. The 3 of them are all superb beauties, and they are all acquaintances. The 3 folded their fists and bowed in greeting. I've seen your sister Shu, seen your brother Li. 99 Mu Xiaobei said, we were ordered to report to us, and it is up to us to take care of the Chengfeng Palace in the future. Mu Zhaoqing, well, if there is anything in the future, senior sister and senior brother, just tell me. Xiao Yudi went up and took Shu Fuio's hand. Sister Shu, I'll help you do the laundry in the future. 99 Shu Fuio smiled and said, that's good, I can do these little things myself. Xiao Yudi said, that won't work, I'm in charge of taking care of the people who live in Chengfeng Palace. You are one of them, and I'm naturally responsible for taking care of you. 35 The Mu family sisters followed, around Shu Fuio. He said, Sister Shu, don't be polite, it's our part. You don't need to bother you with the chores of cleaning in the future. 55 All 3 girls know Wang Xiaohao. Shu Fuio is Li Chengfeng's bedside person. If you have a bad relationship with her, as soon as she blows the pillow wind to Li Chengfeng, don't think about staying in this Chengfeng Palace. So I respect and be kind to Shu Fuio. Her clothes are rushing to wash. The floor of her bedroom was also wiped clean with a rag. Shu Fuio also likes it very much. However, it is always a little uncomfortable to adapt to such a comfortable closeness. Yulai stretches out her hand to eat and open her mouth to live like a princess. Of course, the 3 girls are more attentive to Li Chengfeng. He changed the clothes he put on the bed. Whether it is worn for half a day or an hour, it will be quickly cleaned and put back in the cloakroom. His room was carefully cleaned every day. Every time Li Chengfeng entered the house, the room was spotless. There are always a few vases of fresh flower arrangements, and the house is full of faint floral fragrance. They don't have to go to the cafeteria to eat. Just tell them what they want to eat. After they go to the cafeteria to order food, they will take it back to Chengfeng Palace. Chapter 200 It snows without heating, artificial heating. These few days Li Chengfeng is in the normal mode of singles each copy. Use actual combat to sharpen your martial arts. Come out from Saint Station in the evening. Feather-like snowflakes floated across the cloudy sky. Snowing. Pedestrians wore thick down jackets. Li Chengfeng, who just came out of the summer copy, is still wearing cool summer clothes. A gust of cold wind blew through, and he couldn't help shivering. Immediately released a 36,000 strong fire demon windbreaker from the wristband. and it immediately became colder after wearing it, then released the super running McLaren P1 from the bracelet. This car was given by Wang Jianzong before consumption. Just after it was delivered a while ago, Yini traded it to him. Li Chengfeng lifted the scissor door and got into the car. Go down the road for a while and onto the highway one step at a time. The speed rises, the retractable meniscus tail also rises. Increased downforce can make the vehicle run more smoothly. Back to the Happy Pie, McLaren slowly drove into the gate of Chengfeng Palace. The wheels squeaked over the marble paved boards. Entering the gate is a large fountain pool. In the fountain is a statue of Li Chengfeng holding a sword. The statue is 3 meters high, majestic and lifelike. The heroic appearance of Li Cheng 673 is vividly displayed. He gets a little embarrassed every time he sees it. The car drives to the door. Li Chengfeng also confiscated the car after getting off. Just leave it alone. This is your home anyway. It doesn't matter how the car stops. A car like the McLaren P1. There is also a beautiful scenery at the door. Mu Xiaobei and Mu Zhaoqing knew that Li Chengfeng was back, already waiting at the door ahead of time. They are all wearing formal suits with suits and skirts. One is a white skirt and a white suit, and the other is a green skirt and a green suit. This snowy day is still showing 2 pairs of beautiful legs. It makes people feel more warm when they see it. Li Chengfeng got off the car and said in unison, "Brother Chengfeng, welcome home." The 2 girls had sweet voices. One on each side sounded like 2-channel speakers, but the sound quality is definitely the top of that kind of speakers. Li Chengfeng smiled. "Why do you 2 wear your clothes backwards, and why does Zhaoqing wear white?" Mu Zhaoqing stuck out his tongue at him. "Senior brother, there is no rule that if my name is Zhaoqing, I should wear Xing Yi." Mu Xiaobei smiled and said, "Sure enough, you can recognize us at a glance, even if you want to make a joke with you." Li Chengfeng entered the door, and before he came back home, there was floor heating, which was very warm, but it's a little cold today. Without waiting for him to speak, Mu Xiaobei explained, "Today, the gas pipeline in Pili is broken, and it is still being repaired, so there is no heat supply for the time being." Xiao Yudi beckoned in the dining room. "Brother Chengfeng, come and eat." 35 Li Chengfeng walked over, and the steaming food was already on the table. They all figured out the time when Li Chengfeng came back. Bring back the freshly prepared meals in the cafeteria. Shufu Iao is not here today. She is one of the few people in the Xiao Ao faction who has an epic achievement. Xiao Wanjin and several honorary leaders went to the level 11 5-player dungeon. It is said that it is to overcome the hell mode of the 11th level 5-player copy. Playing hell mode can be a bit time-consuming. There are 9 dishes on the table. Li Chengfeng served the table alone. The 3 girls consciously waited by the side, and did not intend to eat with him. Li Chengfeng can't finish these dishes alone. Besides, it is not good to eat alone. Sit down and eat. "Okay," Xiao Yudi said. "Really?" Mu Xiaobei said. "We've already eaten." 35 Li Chengfeng insists. "It's okay. Eat with me after you've eaten. The more people eat, the more delicious it will be." The Mu family sisters sat down to eat together after dinner. Li Chengfeng came to the specially set entertainment room, where there is a home theater. Said it's not bad to watch a movie at night, it's just that there is no heating in the room and it's a bit cold. "Is Brother Chengfeng cold? If it's cold, I'll bring you a blanket." "Thanks," Li Chengfeng said. Xiao Yudi has been very well behaved and sensible these days. She quickly brought a blanket. "If you're still cold, I'll sit next to you and warm you up with some flames. In this winter, the temperature has dropped to below 0. It is really cold in the room without heating. It is good." Xiao Yudi has fire attribute internal skills, specializing in Yan Qi. As soon as she sits on Li Chengfeng's left, the temperature on Li Chengfeng's left will increase a lot. Li Chengfeng is no longer cold on the left, and the blanket on the right is tightly wrapped. The Mu family sisters are also fire attribute internal power. Mu Zhaoqing was afraid that he would be cold, so he sat on his right and released a warm flame to ward off the cold. When Mu Xiaobei was done, he came over to see it and wanted to help him ward off the cold, but the left and right positions are occupied. Where's there any chance for her? No matter what you do, there will be someone to accompany and serve. This feeling Li Chengfeng couldn't help but fall in love with. When the movie was almost over, Mu Xiaobei asked in a low voice, "Are you going to take a bath today? Because you're out of breath. If you want, I'll go and help you warm up a bathtub with a flame key." Li Chengfeng wore a good quality battle armor to fight in the dungeon, but it still took some effort and sweat. "Okay, Trouble, don't be so polite. It's my duty." 55 When Li Chengfeng returned to the house, a change of clothes and clean bath towels were ready. "Take a nice hot bath and come out." Then I saw the quilt on my big bed bulging, show a pointed head. "Who?" Xiao Yudi got his head out of the quilt. "It's me, Brother Chengfeng. I'm helping you warm the bed. It's cold today. I'm afraid you won't be able to sleep warmly for a long time. 99 This girl is clean, lovely and pure. Drilling into his own bed, Li Chengfeng didn't mind that much. Thank you, I'm ready to rest. You can go back and rest too. Xiaoyuda got out of the quilt. The two of them went back, and I am on duty tonight. I'm in the downstairs room. Li Chengfeng shook his head. You don't need to be on duty. Just go back to your own house and sleep. It's not like I can't take care of myself without you. 99 It's our duty to be worthy. You can call me anytime you need anything. Xiaoyuda went out of the room. He put his small head into the crack of the door and added, even if it's a bad need, it's okay. A little after he finished speaking, he stuck out his tongue at Li Chengfeng mischievously. This chapter contains pictures. Click the illustration button in the lower right corner of the screen to view the pictures. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.